In this week's episode, it's time to hit the road again after getting rained out last week. We're avoiding scorpions and flash floods to bring you the latest Get Your Ears On news from the Disney parks. There's plenty of Mickey-themed food and merchandise to get you through the spring. Lunar New Year is also coming to DCA on Friday with even more food and merchandise. A recent book has surprisingly given us huge spoilers about Galaxy's Edge. Also, Ballast Point opens, cheaper corn dogs, pretzel fails, and more on this single 80s episode of the MousePIRE podcast.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim. Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE podcast.
What's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think help me, Hondo. Show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
Yeah.
The life I love is making.
Hey, we're on the road.
On the road again.
Can't wait to get on the road again.
So we are on location. Are we at the Rebel base or are we at a Star Killer?
I don't know. I don't know if we ever
This
figured
is-
out what the hell his base was.
don't
Star
either.
Killer base, I think it's a little bit drafty.
And it's echoey. But yeah, we're here.
Yeah, it is very open. It would be more like an Imperial base because they are very open and kind of like loud.
We're at like Scorpion Village.
No. Yes, we are here live at Giselle's. Hello, Giselle.
Except not
Hello.
live, just recording.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
We are live for us. We're live.
We're alive.
We're live.
I'm not dead.
Alive and shocked.
We didn't want Giselle to feel like she was the
But,
only girl again, so
and,
I brought Elizabeth.
After sitting here for like an hour,
4 hours later.
she decides to inform us after having sit here for a while that there's an entirely possibility that scorpions could just run up on us
Not
in
the
the
band.
house,
Not the band.
not the band, because that would be fine.
The band ran up on us. We could have some Gonky Park.
Or go there.
Yeah.
But no, we were informed that some actual scorpions, that three scorpions,
3 scorpion sightings.
have been
Hold on, I'm
seen
gonna
in
look
this house.
under here. Let's,
My feet are not touching the ground right
there's
now.
one on your leg, Anthony. You're gonna have to trust me.
That's fine. I guess it's fine as long as the scorpion is a feminist, right?
Woman power, Scorpion.
All right, so hey, guess what, Anthony?
Chicken butt.
No.
Happy birthday!
No birthdays or anything.
Happy New Year!
That was last week.
Oh, okay.
Or 2 weeks ago.
All right, I got
wait, first of all, let's just
I got
say
nothing then.
that we were rained out last week.
Yes, we were rained out.
Too much water.
It rained for 4 days or something. Like
Yes,
that
it
was
rained
crazy.
for 4 days.
And we're all like, we melt.
There was actually an opening on Wednesday. You probably could have came on Wednesday, but it was really hard to say. There was so much rain.
Yeah, it was crazy. So,
So
we're back.
Tim can barely drive.
at night.
Period. Much less drive in the rain. It's stupid for him to drive so far all the way to my house in the rain. So we were like, well, let's just call it like due to
They call it nap time.
not high winds.
Not upstairs.
Due to not high winds downstairs.
It was
Due to high wetness downstairs.
yeah. So we are back and we are drier than ever. So it's not raining right now, but actually it rained last night for like.
Oh, we haven't had rain now.
Yeah, I know. I was downstairs and now
It was desert rain.
Not at the Rebel base.
I started hearing raindrops. It was like rain for like maybe 5-6 minutes.
Were they falling on your head?
No, because I was inside.
Oh, okay.
So, but no rain today. We're all good.
Raindrops are falling on my meow.
So, anyway, hey, Giselle and I went to Disneyland on Friday.
Whoa.
And we went to get our ears on. Well, she had her
we
ears
got
on.
them on. I got the new purple ears.
She's a purple eater.
Yep. Purple ear power.
So it was pretty cool. We went there to kick off the opening of Get Your Ears On, the Mickey and Minnie birthday celebration that, their birthday was last year or something. But anyway, we went there and it was pretty cool. We had some fat time, but we'll talk about that later.
Hey, you want to know whose actual birthday it is this year?
Whose?
Batman.
Oh.
It's his birthday every year.
Well, I mean, it's his 80th birthday this year.
Actually, birthday this year, not celebrating next year.
Yeah, no, Batman's birthday is
Batman.
actual birthday is this year. Batman power?
Batman power. Batman.
So anyway, it wasn't when I got there, it wasn't that crowded. The parking wasn't that crowded at all. But of course, later on during the night, it got really packed. It was crazy packed.
You're done on Friday?
Yeah.
For the start of everything?
Yeah, for all the, the new firework projection show.
The show
that was happening and everything. But, before that, we were just hanging out and I don't remember what we did.
I ate a lot.
Oh, yeah, she had a lot of food.
It's because I had already eaten, and then they got there, and they were, eating. So I was like, well, I don't want to be the only one not eating. So I got, 2 Bengal plates that day, within 4 hours of each other. And I tore it up both times. I was like I hadn't eaten at all.
Like by yourself? Two of those Bengal plates?
Yeah, and so then Jose was like, that's 12 pieces of meat. And I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Man, that's 12 pieces of meat. And I was like, oh, you're right, that it is. It was delicious. It was worth every bite.
Jose would know how much meat it is.
Oh, you're saying you're not the only one that knows your meat?
Exactly.
All right. So, yeah, she had some fat time over there. But we were basically just walking around, checking things out. And
it was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
Pretty cool. What else did we do? I don't remember.
We saw Winky.
We saw Winky.
There was no line going into California. California was more busy than Disneyland was, though.
It looked like during the festival of fatness going on. The type of crowd.
And there was nothing.
Nothing going on over there.
Yeah. Everybody was just like, let's hang over at Disney, California. DCA. Sorry, I'm not that cool. I'll get there. DCA.
Was that the first day of the
Yes.
The ears.
Yes, I mean, it was, like I said, during the day really wasn't that bad until the night when everyone started showing up for the new show. Now, I guess we'll just go.
bastards!
I guess we'll go ahead and I'm going to talk about that show real quick.
Hey, why don't you talk about the show?
So
We saw the show.
So get your ears on with the fireworks and the projections on Main Street. So my plan was I'm going to go check out Main Street. I'm going to stand. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stand right by the Carnation. You know how they rope off the area for the walkway?
Yeah.
So I want to be the last one by the rope. So I'm not, on the other side and people walking in front of you. So I'm going to be the last person by the rope. So I was standing right there in that area. And then, because I figured, it'd be the perfect spot. I can see fireworks. I can see the projections. And you know who else had the idea of doing that?
Every other person in the park?
No, Disney. They said, you know what? We're going to set up our cameras right here. Thank you.
Bitches.
So I had to move.
Where did you move to?
Just to the side of them. So, I mean, it was still a good view and everything. It was pretty cool. So then we were hearing these, just some reports, because people are watching it online because, there was so-called press day the night before and they are on Thursday or Wednesday night and they recorded they filmed the show and everything. So they blasted it online and everything. And so people are watching the show and saying, oh, that show sucks, and the music sucks, and this sucks. And I'm just like, well, I'm going to go check it out.
Stop talking about Michael like that.
I don't agree.
I know. He knows I'm talking about him. So anyway.
I don't like it. That they're saying that, because I like the show.
I was sitting there watching the show, and within the first 2 minutes, I'm like, this is badass. This show was friggin' tight. I was like, wow.
I mean, everything that we had heard pretty much coming out of all the, cast members and stuff that had heard it, or seen it. I mean, we had heard pretty good things about it. So,
we heard the first thing we heard was better than Pixar.
Right. So, I mean,
show.
that was definitely the first thing we heard was, so, I mean, although that is a very low bar to set, but,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I agree.
But, I mean, I think that it's, it's taking that next step where, I mean, I think we're all not too many. I've said it before that I think we're not too many years off from, no fireworks at all. And I think this is that step where they want to keep just stepping up the doing the things with the projections and lasers and the sound and everything.
I will say though that the stepping up is a relative. It's a the decision of who thinks it's stepped up from before. They could hire the wrong person, and they're stepped up. What they consider to be stepped up isn't. In this case, I think it is, but they've done that before, where this new show is going to be the blah, and it's
okay, leave Fantasmic 2.0 alone.
I'm not talking about Fantasmic. I mean, it applies to Fantasmic.
Well,
but
nobody said that about any other show. The 60th was the first show with the projections, and it was stepped up completely from anything that had ever been. And it basically having those projections opened them up for untold possibilities. It 100% improved Halloween because they were able to do the projections for Halloween.
Well, this is the last park that's gotten the projections. Every other park has them because they have bigger castles.
Well, yeah, of course.
But it makes sense to project on just the castle. This projecting on the walls of Main Street and expanding it. For them to say, you know what, it works at Disneyland even though the castle's small is cool. But then again, they can project on the Matterhorn. They can project on the island. They can project onto Small World. They've got different opportunities that aren't just Main Street and the hub.
But remember, size doesn't matter. But anyway, I love the show. I thought the show was awesome. The projections on there were great. This is probably the first time I ever watched the projections on Main Street to actually pay attention to them. Because before I've walked by, walking into the parks, fireworks are going on, you see them. But this is the very first time I actually, paid attention to them. And they're very, very high def projections on there. They look really, really nice.
Unfortunately, when we watched, it was super overcast. It was Sunday. It was last night, and the clouds filled the sky almost. So the lights from Main Street made it seem bright when you looked up, and it made the projections were not as sharp.
Oh, okay.
But it also, the weird thing that happened last night too is that they started the show by lighting off fireworks, and at some point, about 5 minutes in, they said, winds are too high, and the show kept going, but the fireworks stopped. They never made any announcement. But what I thought was cool about that is that they can now continue the fireworks show with or without the aerials, without the aerial launches. And then, we didn't even notice. I mean, I noticed that there weren't any more fireworks, but it didn't make me like the show anymore.
Well, basically, it just became the Daily Show at that point. Yeah, I mean, not the
right.
Not the one with Jon Stewart.
No, not Jon Stewart or that guy Noah.
No, when I was there, I met up with some people I know, and for some reason they were saying that the fireworks were 5 minutes. Now I don't understand where. A couple of people said that to me. I don't understand where they got that.
Well, the old show was 5 minutes.
No. This show. This Get Your Ears On show, they were saying the way they understood it, it was 5 minutes of fireworks and then projections. I didn't understand how they got that. I told them, I said, no, the fireworks will be going through the show, just like a regular fireworks show. Fireworks here, you had the projections going, fireworks. I mean, it's throughout the show. So I don't know where they got the 5 minute thing from. Maybe it's something like one of those sites that thinks they know what they're talking about. But anyway, Anthony got the heads up on all the music that was going to be played during the show. I do not recall you saying Haunted Mansion.
I don't recall saying that either.
Haunted Mansion was played. It was awesome. I was like, holy crap. Now, we were talking about, not me and Anthony, but I was there with Jose, and we were like, are we going to record the show? Are we going to go live? Mm-hmm. And he's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to sit back and watch it. I said, you know what? I want to do that too. I'm going to sit back and watch.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. But as soon as it started, I was like, with all the lights going, I started just recording it for myself. I got really excited. You had all the lights going off and everything. And I was like, holy crap. So I started recording the show. I would say the best part was the Haunted Mansion show, or the Haunted Mansion part. It was really cool.
And that looked like it went on for a long time because I saw Jose's recording after, and I was like, "Dang, that song is still going." It was like a whole bunch of videos later, but the projections looked really good. They didn't look like Weenie Hut projections. They looked like totally, like you said, stepped up. They looked better.
And then we talked about they're going to play a song from Coco, was Boca Loco. So that one was really tight.
Bless you.
Loco.
No, we're not talking about chicken. So,
Ooh. I'd rather have one pollo.
So I mean, it was awesome. I thought the show was great. I think I'm going to go to the park on Wednesday and check it out over at It's a Small World. So just to make clear, everyone knows that right now they have the fireworks on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, unless there's winds upstairs where they'll just keep doing the projections like Tim said. And during the week, they have just a projection show going on. I believe
With
it's
the lasers.
Yeah, I believe it's at 8:30 on the weekdays right now, or for this week, I think it's around there. Because they are. I'm thinking. I think they close at 8 or 9, so it might be 7:30. Just check the schedule when you get down there. But it's awesome. I highly suggest you guys check it out. Check out all the locations. When I actually waited an hour for the show, I'm like, yeah, you know me. You know, we don't like to sit there and wait and standing up waiting for a show.
Oh yeah.
So we were on Main Street, just
especially after what happened that time we waited for the Fantasy in the Sky.
We were on Main Street. I was just kicking by one of the shops, just leaning against the wall. It's kind of leaning back. I was like, you know what? We're just gonna because they haven't opened up Main Street yet, so people are camping on the sidewalk. So I'm like, I'm just gonna kick it here, and then we'll go into the middle. And we were gonna go right in the middle by the Penny Arcade because that's where Winky was gonna be. But then I looked at that area. I said, no, I need to go farther back so we can see the whole, buildings. So that's when we went back there. But yeah, I waited an hour. It was worth it for me. I thought it was worth it. It wasn't that bad of standing because I'm sitting there talking to people that I know.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Winky actually came up and joined us, and she loved the show. We all loved the show. So I highly suggest you go check it out. I loved it. Tim loved it. Elizabeth loved
Bring
it.
your dancing shoes.
I mean, besides the aforementioned person,
Frozen?
no. Why is everything frozen? Automatically frozen?
Well, because Frozen sucks, but Elizabeth hates Frozen more than I do, and she thought even the Frozen song in the show was good. It
Which
was
one was it?
The whatever mix they made of Frozen, like of Let It Go, was the beat was good, and it worked.
Didn't you watch it?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
She
no.
went home.
I'm home in my bed.
She was
by,
already in
7
bed.
o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, I got there that day, I think, at 11.
Oh, that's right, because she doesn't like getting here after dark.
Yeah, I got here 10 or 11. I got to the park, and there was nobody there. I could have done cartwheels. That's
It's
why.
been like that a lot recently, where it's
Yeah.
not busy early in the day.
But then, that's my thing. I have to leave before it gets dark, and then, before the fireworks, because then, hordes of people are just pushing you. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. I am all for raising ticket prices. You raise those prices. Get those people on out of there.
I don't think it's not working though.
Yeah.
They just
that's,
keep
that's
buying
the disappointing
them.
part.
Well, those are all the tourists who don't know, and they just get there and oh well, they have to pay it anyway.
Right. Anyways, what I was trying to say, besides the aforementioned person who didn't like it, have you heard anybody else that didn't like it?
I haven't heard anything.
So just the one person.
Yeah. So the person who didn't like it is because they saw it on video, and you can't judge it from watching the video. Basically, you have to be there and watch it and experience it.
Well, then he thinks he could do better.
Real quick, this week we do have confirmation that Disney's closing at 8 o'clock. So during the week, and 11 o'clock, I think, on Friday, maybe midnight. So
Sure.
yeah, so get there. I think that show starts at 7:30. All right. So of course, along with all this Mickey's mixtape and Minnie's party, whatever there's going on over there, they have all the merchandise, stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys, we already talked about the purple people eater ears and all that purple stuff going on. They have tons of, they have that Wonder Bread shirt now. The Wonder Bread Spirit jersey. I'm sure everyone's seen that.
Yeah, everybody's seen the Wonder Bread jersey.
And
even I've seen it.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen all the merchandise, so we don't really need to get.
Yeah, there's
all
plenty
that.
of stuff with the "Get Your Ears On" logo on it, and the new Mickey, the Mickey that they're using, and whether you're a fan of that or not, which I'm not.
I'm also not.
I can't stand
ridiculous.
that. I can't stand the Ren and Stimpy Mickey. So, I mean, if that's your thing, then yeah, go ahead. That's plenty of merchandise with it that on there, but. There's plenty of other stuff that you can get that doesn't have that as well if you are not a fan.
Dude, a fan in here would make it way too cold. What are you talking about?
Now, we don't have a date when this whole thing is ending, right?
No, probably June 21st.
Probably.
No, it's probably like going to be like Season of the Force, where it's just kind of one of those things that just keeps going until they decide to stop it.
Right.
And I don't have a date for anything in general. So if you're single, mousepire@gmail.com.
There you go. Subject line.
Woman power. Subject line. WP.
And if you think
Hashtag no pics.
And if you're not a fan of the Gillette commercial, you need not apply.
You know what? I think we're probably going to get some evos now.
One. It's going to be from Elizabeth.
All right. So coming up this Friday is the new Sound Station.
Oh, is that this Friday? Okay.
I think it's this Friday, right?
I didn't remember. I said next month, but because I didn't remember.
I don't remember. I thought it was the next week.
No, you're probably right.
I just want to make sure. But yeah, I believe it's
They threw so many dates at us at once between those and the parties, so I keep forgetting.
right.
And like so many future dates.
Yeah,
'Cause I
that's
think
what I mean with the two parties. The one party, the Valentine's party, is in.
That starts
is in,
today, I
it's
think.
February.
Like Valentine's Day started today.
Oh, the Valentine's Day
right?
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole, and then also, which we'll get to in a few minutes, Lunar New Year is about to start, and then you got the 90s in March.
Oh yeah.
the 90s have been just put into March.
All right, so yeah, this Friday, Mickey's Sound Station Parade will come back with a brand new lead float for Mickey. Now, someone said something is like the float from Hong Kong or something like that. I'm not sure. I didn't
The
really.
same one?
Maybe the same type of float, or maybe one made like it. I don't know. I forgot what they said, what parade it was from, because I didn't get to look it up. But anyway, Mickey's getting a new float. That's what we were told.
Yeah, we just know it's something that's Steamboat Willie.
Right,
themed.
right. So that will debut on Friday, and the first showing is 3:30, and then 6:00. Now, I have a feeling that maybe they just might have a soft opening on Thursday,
Yeah, I'm sure it's entirely likely.
because that's what happened with the Pixar Play Parade. They had the soft opening on the Thursday. So I might think about going on Thursday just for the hell of it, and if they don't have it, then I'll go back on Friday. So we'll see what happens with that.
Lunar New Year starts Friday as well.
So what's going on with that? Just same old stuff. They're going to have the food going on.
Yeah, that'll be going from January 25th through February 17th.
Now, I went over to Paradise Garden Grill area to go check it out, what they were doing, and I guess they're not open right now. They're just going to stay closed until the New Year stuff starts. It's funny because they put the menus back up with all the, the stuff they had before. So it's kind of like, why are you going to put the menu up but not open? Yeah. So I guess that's just, they just like, just put these menus up. We'll just close the.
Not only that, but the sign said working on new menu options for you.
Yeah. So
Why put the old ones up?
I know, huh? So it's more than likely just going to be closed until that stuff starts.
They will have, of course, the usual Mulan's Lunar New Year procession, which will be enhanced with the addition of the Three Little Pigs, of course.
Right.
Because this year is the year of the pig.
Oh.
Well, then they have to have them.
So they will have the Three Little Pigs will be joining the procession, fully clad in their own festive garb. Of course, Mulan and presumably Mushu will be available for their usual photo ops over there at the gazebo, and then also Mickey and Minnie in their usual Lunar New Year garb, I assume, will be there. And I'm guessing that the Three Little Pigs will probably also be available for photo ops. I don't know. Paradise Gardens, as he mentioned, will obviously be getting its usual makeover for the Lunar New Year. They will be having the return of the food booths.
And for all the APs out there, there will be a Lunar New Year AP Corner.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yay, indeed. It says it will be over at the Paradise Garden Park.
Button, sticker, random piece of paper, what?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out right now.
They have no word on what the actual Paradise Garden Grill itself will be serving, but of course it will have its usual Asian-inspired menu, and then the 4 different food stands One's the Lucky 8 Lantern, which will have crispy shrimp fried rice with garlic, bacon, edamame, stir-fried vegetables, and pineapple with soy protein, steamed rice, and crunchy chow mein noodles, mandarin orange green tea tart, and a Vietnamese iced coffee. Then there is the Prosperity Bao and Buns, which will have a char siu park bao,
Bless you.
Chinese barbecue pork with pickled red onions and jalapeno, a Mickey Chinese hot dog bun, mango pineapple pastry, and a winter plum blossom gin mule. Then there will be the Longevity Noodle Company, which will have pan-fried wheat noodles with chicken meatballs, cabbage salad, and apple ginger sauce. They will have a vegetable egg roll and chilled sesame garlic noodles, egg tart, and an orchid spritz. You're an orchid spritz. And finally, the Red Dragon Spice Traders, which will have a firecracker 3-cup chicken with steamed rice. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Steamed short rib shumai with spicy Korean sauce, sriracha mayonnaise, and cucumber salad. They had me until the cucumber salad. Purple yam macaron with creme fraiche, and a raspberry lychee chai tea.
TT?
Chai tea.
Purple yam's pretty good. Because it's like sweet potato. You think it's going to be nasty, but it's actually really pretty okay sometimes.
What?
There's more?
No, that was it. Okay. But there is a very interesting thing that we obviously hadn't mentioned because we hadn't recorded. The premiere of the very first Lunar New Year Sip and Savor Pass.
Right.
Oh.
The pass will consist of a commemorative credential as usual, and it'll have 6 coupons as opposed to the normal 8. That you will be able to use those coupons at the 4 booths, plus Paradise Garden Grill and the festival food and beverage cart, which is usually the one that has just like the little dumplings and then the nuts and the bread. But you can purchase the Sip and Savor Pass for $39 at Elias and Company, the Camera Shop, Festival Gifts, Sip and Savor Cart, at each Lunar New Year Marketplace. Now, I'm going to let somebody else talk for a second while I do math.
No. All right.
Wait, I thought math was not allowed.
All right, so
only this case is.
Okay.
All right, so real quick for the AP corner, it will be once again over by the Silly Symphony Swings.
Ugh.
And you will receive a themed keepsake button while supplies last. Then you can also select and decorate a Lunar New Year door hanger. And you can take a photo against one of the backdrops they have. And you can either, it says you can take your door hanger with you, or you can attach it to the photo backdrop. So that's what's going on for APs. So exciting, isn't it?
Wow. I'm so glad I pay so much a month for that.
I know, right?
I'm rolling over in my grave.
Okay, here's the math. The math comes to $6.50 per ticket. So, in other words, all of the items would have to be over $6.50 for it to be worth it to get the Sip and Savor Pass. Because I believe they were charging $39 before for the AP one, right? This last festival holidays, they were charging, I believe, $39 for the Sip and Savor for APs.
50.
What?
50.
49 then.
Yeah,
How much was it for regular?
54, I think.
Oh, it was 49. Oh, it was 49 then. Okay.
I wonder if people just get those and then just like drink it up. To like, let me get the mules. Because the
You
mules
can't.
must be. You can't use it on
You
alcohol?
can't use it on alcohol. You've never been able to use any of those on alcohol.
Then why get it?
Yeah, so like I said, just if you guys want to get the Sip and Savor Pass, just make sure you guys get something that's at least $6.50, or you'll.
I would check in advance that on average, 6 items are going to cost you less than $40 or more than $40.
Well, no, that's not the point though. You have to. It comes to $6.50 per item. You would have to eat all 6 items. Would have to be more than $6.50 each.
That's what I mean.
Or else you're going to end up wasting money.
Right. Well,
and you might as well have bought them separately. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go walk through and say, okay, I would want this, and this.
I mean,
and
going
those
by
are
the prices,
$7.50, $8. Okay, and then the other ones maybe one is $5, but that averages out, and in total I would spend $48, then it makes sense to buy the 7
Going
series.
by the fact that they're charging a lot more at the booths now than what they keep average price of everything keeps going up.
And the portions aren't
so
going up.
now where it's up
If
to
anything,
like,
they're smaller.
now where the highest price items are well over $7, I mean, you're going to easily be able to probably find, the main dishes at each of these booths has to be at least $6.50. So you should be fine. If you're going to get more than multiple items, it's definitely something you should do. And it doesn't say anything about there being an AP price, but then it doesn't even mention anything about there being an AP corner in this. So,
are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat guy, little coat.
Yeah, so Churrogeddon continues.
Yes, it does.
Churrogeddon Mark III. Is this Mark III? Yeah.
I can't.
Churrogeddon Mark III continues.
Is this like Churropolis?
Yes, Churropolis. No, it's Churrogeddon. Get it right. Churrogeddon continues for the get your food ears on, I guess.
Fat ears on.
Get your fat ears on. While hashtag fat ears. Churrogeddon continues because, of course, it wouldn't be apparently the whole thing now is we want to put out as many different kinds of churros as possible, even if we repeat ourselves.
No, I think the point for
even if it's just for looks,
that's a good thing too. But I think that the point is for Disney to say, how can we raise the price and justify it? Right?
Agreed. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's $4.75 for a regular, and it's $5.75 for the special churro.
Right.
So maybe that's what they're thinking.
Even though their cost is the same, it's all flavored sugar.
And the churro costs like 25 cents for them. So.
Yeah. Somebody told me actually yesterday, our friends were in from Florida, and they told us that our churros are better here.
Yeah, the churros in Florida.
That's because they're closer
not
to Mexico.
Because we're closer to Mexico here?
Maybe.
Do you think it's just a
They know how to
difference
make it
in
better.
supplier?
No, it
know.
was absolutely a joke because if you've ever had a real Mexican churro, it tastes nothing like
But people
a
tell me
Disney
all
churro.
the time in Florida, no, they're not good here. No, they're not good here. Even cast members have been like, well, are you from California? And they're
Yeah.
like,
Did you notice a difference? Do we have a churro when we were
Well,
there?
either they get different churros, or their machines are different, or their employees don't know how to run the machine correctly.
You would think that they'd have the same supplier for both coasts
I'm
because
almost-
they would spend less money.
I'm almost 100% positive that the frozen churros that they get in Florida are the exact same churros that we get here. Either it's something to do with the people making it, or it's the machines are completely different in Florida. Maybe they're newer. Maybe there's something about doing churros on
Do
them
they
old
have
time.
the oven, the same conveyor oven over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you've been there.
Close your eyes and open your
I don't
mind.
like churros, so I don't even
Oh,
care
that's
that
right.
much.
I forgot.
All right, so starting over at Small World Promenade, they will have the Mickey Mouse Celebration churro. It is a warm chocolate churro drizzled with cookie butter, topped with
Cookie
Mickey
butter.
confetti, and served with a side of red marshmallow creme and classic Mickey buns.
I'd
The,
rather have like
marshmallow cream sounds good.
the cookie butter sounds good. Cookie butter is always
Cookie
good,
buns?
but
Cookie butter.
but not on chocolate.
Drizzled
cookie
with
butter,
cookie butter.
Cookie butter goes better on like a yellow cake or something.
I don't know.
They should have a
Now,
yellow
this is the
cake
same
churro.
Mickey buttons that I didn't get that last time.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so over by Big Thunder Mountain, they have the Fantasia Mickey churro. It is a warm chocolate churro dusted with Tim's Dreams and red and blue sugar, served with a side of red marshmallow creme and a Sorcerer Mickey hat.
So it's a regular churro
That's that one, I believe.
with
Oh.
There's a Mickey hat.
and they're charging extra for the dipping sauce.
There's no prices on any of these, so I cannot tell you, but yeah, probably. Over at the Haunted Mansion, they will have a banana pudding churro.
I'm down with that.
Classic churro rolled in vanilla cookie crumbles with banana pudding dipping sauce.
Hell yeah!
So
I'm
the
getting
only
that
reason
next
it's a
time.
banana pudding churro is because you dip it in banana pudding.
Yeah.
So it's not really a banana pudding churro.
What's the flavor on the before
Vanilla cookie crumbles.
I'm down with that too.
Vanilla cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Over at DCA at Willie's Churros. So over there at Grizzly Peak, caramel corn churro.
That sounds good too.
Oh yeah,
Classic churro dusted with corn cereal sugar and topped with salted caramel and caramel corn.
That one I would try. That's
You
the
know,
one I would be like.
Their churro
I'm
people
for it.
have obviously been spending time in like yogurt shops and thinking, how could we dust churros with these toppings?
With these different flavors, yeah.
And then probably the only one I would want to try over on the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail one, the maple bacon churro, a classic churro dusted with cinnamon sugar because that's a churro, and topped with maple icing and crumbled bacon. No dipping sauce, no nothing.
Are you playing that flute churro?
He is playing the flute. How much was that one?
The $5.75.
Which one was it?
Maple.
The maple bacon.
And see, that's bullcrap because there's no reason for that one to be more expensive because there's no dipping sauce.
But there's bacon on it.
It's the drizzle
And
on
maple.
top.
You got the drizzle going on.
You're a drizzle. Doesn't mean nothing. All the ones, they've set precedent that...
How are you surprised by this?
Well, exactly, Tim. Exactly. They've set precedent that the ones that were more expensive were the ones with the dipping sauce. So it seems stupid if they're charging the same for one without dipping sauce as they are with ones with dipping sauce. But
Can I just point out that Disney, we've talked about this, they make dollars before they make cents.
It's the same as when they had the s'mores churro. Same thing.
But S'mores churro had a...
No, it didn't.
Oh, well, either way.
Was there.
And then finally, over at Goofy's Sky School, another Celebration Mickey chocolate churro. This one's different. Well, it's the same name, but it's different. Oh, no. One's called the Mickey Mouse Celebration churro. This one's called the Celebration Mickey chocolate churro.
Yeah, this is the same thing they had the day of Mickey's birthday.
Okay, this is a chocolate cookie dusted churro with chocolate icing and sprinkles. Only 6 churros this time. Not the usual 12 or 14. But still too many churros.
I did have the maple bacon churro, and it was really good, and I highly recommend it if you guys love maple and bacon together and on churro. It's
They
good.
should have brought back the churro challenge with all these churros.
No kidding. They
At least
should have
then
never
they could have
stopped
had a
it.
button.
Right.
Yeah, there's no reason to have stopped it.
Well, especially since they were doing the churro challenge before they even rolled out Churrogeddon. It's like
They should have done Churro Challenge 2.0 like right the next month, and then the following month 3.0.
Exactly. All right, so moving on. Back to Disneyland at the Carnation. They have a Celebrate Mickey chicken and waffles for breakfast only. Nothing really needed to... Okay, I will say one thing. I've seen picture of this, and I'm really, really confused, and I like chicken and waffles, but there are sprinkles on the... They put sprinkles on the chicken.
Why?
I don't know.
Like cake sprinkles?
Yes, like cake sprinkles. I actually have a picture of an actual one. Let me show you.
Is it because it's celebrating? It's a party?
Because it's his birthday? That looks really not
No.
tasty.
What is that?
That's the chicken and waffles.
With sprinkles.
But there's sprinkles on it, like ice cream
I don't know why
sprinkles.
the sprinkles, though. That throws me off.
It's a celebration.
Also at Carnation, after breakfast, they have a hot chicken and waffles, which is a spicy hot chicken and large Mickey waffle with blistered tomato and balsamic glaze. Then the return, I believe, is this the return of this?
I was thinking about the
TV
same
dinner.
thing.
This TV dinner's been here before. I don't know if it's exactly the same as this. This one's a Wagyu pot roast, blue cheese and bacon mac and cheese, sauteed green beans and carrots, and braised red cabbage served with a pineapple upside down cake. But it is served in an actual like TV dinner looking tray, like they've done, like they believe they did during the summer. I think they had the one that was. I mean, I think I like it better, like if you have like during festival holidays or something where they were just like serve you just this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need all that.
That's like extra.
Especially, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Over at the Gibson Girl, they have a birthday sundae, which is 2 large scoops of birthday cake ice cream with a Mickey Mouse-shaped brownie, hot fudge, whipped cream, a cherry, and Mickey Mouse-shaped sprinkles. And that is served in one of the kitchen sinks. The mini kitchen sink is back, right? Did it leave, or did it never? Did it leave and come back, or did it never leave after they started it on the birthday?
I don't know. I don't
know. Tim, you're the expert. Did they say that they would never have it again except for that day?
Minnie Mouse sink.
The Minnie Mouse
No,
sink.
they weren't specific.
Are you sure?
It was the cast members were saying it was only for that day, but then later in the day, the cast members were saying it was that they were going to get a big shipment, but it would be several more weeks.
It would be basically until when they ran out, probably.
Probably.
So they might
still
have
them
they
now.
might have ran out briefly last
They
year.
did, yeah.
But now definitely they're back because they're offering them, they're advertising them as part of the Get Your the Ears On. So yeah, you can get that Sunday at Gibson Girl in either the Mickey or Minnie sink. Over at Jolly Holiday, they have a Mickey Mouse Club hat dessert.
Sure they do.
Yeah, apparently they did not have it, you said?
Okay, so we were there on Friday, and I'm like, I need to eat. What am I going to eat? And like, ooh, they have this hat dessert. We'll go over there, and I'll have a grilled cheese, and then I'll have the dessert. So yes, I was so tempted because it says chocolate truffle mousse dome with vanilla bean creme brulee center, Mickey ears, and Mickey Mouse Club logo. It looks really good, and I was so excited to try it. So, of course, when I get in there, I don't see it in the display anywhere. So when I go to order, I ask them, do you guys have it? Oh, no, we ran out. And what time was it? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
It was like 1. It was.
It had to have been early because she was still there.
Yeah, it was early because I got.
It was before the sun went down.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it, so I was like, oh my gosh.
It was pretty early.
Wow, dirty.
I was really disappointed. And then later on that night, I went back just to go see. They didn't have it, but the cast member said they did have it during the day. And I did see pictures earlier in the day that people.
Did they just make like 5 then? Because like
maybe.
there was not even any people there. Like that's the thing. I can't imagine all those people that were there. Were
like everybody came in the morning. They were like, well, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Everybody's like eating the cake at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Them all out.
It's like, rope drop. It's time to go get the cake.
So I can't tell you what that tastes like, and hopefully I can get it this week. Later on, I will tell you what I did have for dessert.
Now, real quick before we move on, I just want to talk about something else that they were supposed to have on Friday, but they didn't have.
The popcorn buckets?
Yes, the popcorn buckets.
Now, according to what we read, that I was trying to think because they showed the new popcorn buckets that are coming out, and then they said in February the AP one's going to come out. Now, was it actually worded that February the AP is coming out, or was it worded all 3 of them were coming out in February?
Don't ask me because the only thing I knew about the popcorn buckets was that photo you sent me.
So, because the way I seen it worded, it sounded like these popcorn buckets are coming out, and in February AP popcorn buckets coming out, which is basically the 3 popcorn buckets are repurposed balloon buckets.
Yeah, they're just basically remolds of the balloon buckets.
With some added features, yeah.
From what I read.
Well, the plain ones don't look like added features. They're just remolds.
Right, the plain ones. Well, the mini has a big bow.
Oh, the bow.
Well, here, Elizabeth's the popcorn bucket expert.
Not the expert.
She's the expert.
I'm not. But from what I read, the Mickey and the Minnie are going to be here around the 7th of February that week, according to some of the comments that I was reading. Now, don't quote me on this.
Too late.
The Steamboat Willie is the one that's going to be the AP bucket, and that will be shown up whenever it shows up. They don't have an exact date for the Steamboat Willie.
I'm sure they'll make an announcement.
So it's going to come out when Jesse's Critters opens.
It's like a mystery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
But
they
the other
ordered it
two,
too late.
From what people are saying and from what I read on the 7th of February, they're going to be out. Again, don't quote me on that.
I mean, people are going to be pretty upset if they come out with that Steamboat Willie on a random day and give people no
Well,
notice.
People are going to be upset anyways because there's obviously not going to be enough.
Upset. I'm pretty pissed.
It already kind of annoys me, and it makes me think that this whole thing was kind of, other than the fact that the show is obviously so amazing. Some of the way that this all seems thrown together, like how Pixar was thrown together
Like
as well.
sloppily.
But I mean, the fact that you can't even make a new popcorn bucket. I mean, you guys have a perfectly good Steamboat Willie popcorn bucket over there in Japan that they could have brought over here, right, Tim?
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that popcorn bucket that they said they had? The Steamboat Willie popcorn bucket is in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Disney.
I will say that this mold very clearly costs less. If they brought that Steamboat Willie here, it would probably be $35 or $40.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's
just based on how they price stuff. The Steamboat Willie that they're coming out with here is just that same balloon mold with a little Steamboat Willie hat on it.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's in black and white. But
It's painted, but same as the Mickey and Minnie
painted black
ones.
and white. But I mean, it would have been better if they had brought over that one from Japan. But anyways,
Well, it
so
would
yeah,
be better if they brought all the Japanese buckets over here. They're awesome.
yeah, that's a whole another thing. So anyways, moving on after that. So we have no word on when that stuff will show up. Over at Jolly Holiday, and this sounds really yummy, is a specially toasted cheese sandwich. It has Swiss cheese, jack cheese, and Fiscalini cheddar cheese with crispy pancetta and blackberry jam. So yeah, that sounds really yummy. You'd probably like it. Just take the blackberry jam off.
I might like the jam.
Oh, okay. Well, then don't take the jam off.
The pajama.
Would you say you would barf because of so much cheese or what?
Yeah. You remember I get sick. I can't eat cheese.
Oh, you're lactose also.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Moving over to Plaza Inn with what looks like another retread of a cake design. They have the celebration cake, which apparently won't be here until February 19th.
Oh, it's
because they're taking that long to make it.
It's coming with the buckets.
Oh, it's coming with the buckets. Maybe that's a hint of when the buckets will be here.
There you go.
It's showing up with the celebration cake. It is a red and yellow cake with raspberry and lemon filling.
Might be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it basically looks like the Pixar cake, but instead of being red, blue, and yellow, it's red, yellow, and red. So, I mean, it's just another 3-layer cake. I mean, it'll remain to be seen how much you actually taste the raspberry and lemon filling, going by what we've heard about previous cakes not having so much flavor.
Right.
Moving over to what is presumably now the officially named Red Rose Tavern, now that they have a permanent sign. They have a Mickey-inspired cheeseburger, which is a 3rd-pound Angus shit burger with burger sauce and lettuce on a red potato bun and black sesame seeds. Now, we've made it plenty clear on this podcast our feeling about Disney burgers, that they're pretty garbage and you should never eat them.
I agree.
Go get something else. Toontown? What? When does Toontown ever show up on these?
This is the second time, I think.
Toontown. Oh, so over at the ice cream place, I assume, right? Is this at the ice cream place? Mickey's chocolate chip cookie cupcake is topped with buttercream frosting, birthday sprinkles, red glitter macaroon, sugar candle, chocolate ears, and blue sprinkle cone party hat. Sounds fancy.
I don't even know where this is at.
And then they have a mini chocolate chip cookie cupcake. And it's topped with buttercream frosting, birthday sprinkles, chocolate ears, and a red bow. They do have pictures of both of those. I am assuming that those are at the ice cream place, but it doesn't really say.
No,
it's
it doesn't
really,
say that. The ice cream
it's very, very unspecific, but that is what they look like.
The ice cream place is listed separately.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so maybe this is just a pop-up stand or a cart.
Oh, Pluto. Oh, yeah, Clarabelle's.
Yeah, so it's probably just a cart.
It's probably just a cart then, yeah. It generically says Mickey's Toontown. I didn't see down below, yeah. So we have a bunch of stuff in Toontown. Because over at Pluto's Doghouse, which is also in Toontown, they have a bacon mac and cheese footlong hot dog topped with creamy bacon mac and cheese and served on an Italian roll. And that looked really good. Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
Get that footlong. Over at Daisy's Diner, you can get a Mickey Mouse pepperoni pizza. And as you said, over at Clarabelle's in Toontown, you can get a Mickey's Birthday Sundae is frozen yogurt with fruit popcorn, birthday cake, cotton candy, candied chocolates, and colorful celebration cake.
Yummy.
Over at Troubadour Tavern by the Fantasyland Theater, they have a jumbo handcrafted Bavarian pretzel. Is that the one you got? Or is this a different pretzel?
That's the...
Does Bavarian mean cream inside?
No.
I don't know. No, this is not the same one. I mean, it might be the same type, but I don't know.
It is topped with nacho cheese, crushed spicy onion chips, and a smoked black salt.
Whoa.
There's no picture. Oh, here it is. Wait. I'm going to start going through this faster because I didn't realize there was so much shit. If you want to find out, you can go look it up, or I believe you've probably posted this already.
Yeah, I posted it.
So I'm going to kind of zoom through these. Over at Zocalo, they got some desserts. They got horchata, strawberry horchata. They got a sopes trio.
Too many things.
That sopes trio sounds good. Chicken, beef, and pork served on fried corn dough with refrieds and spicy lime aioli. In New Orleans, Cafe Orleans, they got the charcuterie board with goat, sheep, and cheese and meats and stuff. That's who is that? That's Dan. That's who is it that got the board? Oh, that's Tim. Tim's the one like getting boards. That's all Tim right there. Really? Didn't you go get the board twice over there at the hotel or something?
The board.
The ratatouille board.
Oh, the cheese boards. Yeah, those were kick ass, man. They were so good. I was thinking like a board on the wall, but
not this board.
No, but the cheese flight they were called, and they were so good. So good.
So you're going to try this one?
Can you describe it to me one more time?
No.
I tuned out after you used the Mexican accent.
Oh, I see. Racist.
That's good. You said
Sopes.
Did I not say it right?
No, you said it perfectly.
You said it perfectly.
Well,
but
thank you.
I was like, oh, he's describing things in ethnic tones. I'm just not going to pay attention.
Yeah, we'll let Tim read that. I'm going to move on. They have also over at the Cafe Orleans, they have a smoked salmon salad.
Ooh, they're going to include meat this time. That's good.
Thank you. They have fried chicken and beignets, which is a buffalo tossed chicken served with beignets. Herb bacon coleslaw. They also have a birthday cake Mickey beignets, a chocolate coffee cake, and white cake beignet. Over at the French Market, they have a Mickey's mac and cheese and a Mickey's pasta marinara sauce. Both of those are kids' meal items. Over at Harbor Galley, they have a lobster pot pie soup, which sounds amazing. They have a vegan hot diggity dog.
I heard a lot of good things about that vegan dog.
Did you? That's cool.
You going to try it, Diggs?
No.
And when I say I heard a lot of good things, I mean I was standing in front of some short lady in Starbucks and I was going like this at her phone because of a stalker, and it was like best vegan dog ever.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I guess they're really good.
She must eat a lot of vegan dogs.
It's made with a spicy lentil chili, which is very interesting.
They should try that in China instead of like doing that whole dog killing thing they do. Just eat the vegan dogs.
Vegans.
Over at the River Bell, they have a monkey bread and a jumbo pretzel. Over at Bengal Barbecue, they have a pad thai spring roll.
Ugh. Never mind.
What? You don't like pad thai?
I don't like anything. I'm like Diggs. I'm the girl version of Diggs.
Pad thai is the bomb. We're all about
And
the
yet
pad
you
thai.
literally self-admitted that you ate 2 plates from there.
I did. Within 4 hours of each other.
But she draws the line at pad thai
12
spring roll.
pieces of meat.
But yet you draw the line at
I
spring
draw the
roll.
line, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Their spring rolls are usually really good over there.
You know what? I haven't even tried it. I'm being a Michael, and I haven't even tried it. I'm gonna do it.
You should try it.
I'll try it.
You've had the jungle julep though, right?
No, I haven't had that either.
We can't be friends.
I haven't even had it. No.
You seriously need to get
We
the
all
jungle.
need to go together.
Yes.
You have to remind me because I forgot.
All right. I'll
Yeah, the
remind
jungle
Diggs.
julep. You
I could have had you go get it when you went to get your food.
I know, right?
It was quick too.
Yeah, mobile order.
Hey, S'mores Parfait is back.
Actually, never left.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. Because it is back, or is never left from the Galactic Grill, and is never left from Alien Pizza Port.
Right.
They also at Alien Pizza Port, they got bow tie pasta and buffalo chicken pizza.
Ooh, we should go try the buffalo chicken pizza, babe.
Moving over to DCA and going real fast, they got cookie, brownie, ice cream bar. I'm going to stop at Smoke Jumper's Grill just because this is something that has been pointed out. The confetti cake shake.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, thank you.
You're no fun.
I'm really
It's
not.
a vanilla shake with crumbled confetti cake, icing, whipped topping, and a Mickey sprinkle.
Oh, the one with 3 sprinkles that come out?
No, I don't think it's that one. That's what I thought it was at first, too.
It's $5.99.
I don't know what that's called.
I think that might be the macaron.
It is a macaron. Macaron. Also, at Smoke Jumpers, they have another cheeseburger you shouldn't have. Moving over to Pacific Wharf Cafe, they have a cookies and cream bread pudding. Oh, yeah, he showed me that. That looks super disgusting.
Looks like hamburgers.
Wait, that's the Sherry's cheeseburger? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one you sent me the picture, and it looks stupid.
Burgers on burgers?
The burgers look really disgusting.
Where are they from?
And the cheese.
Smoke Jumpers Grill.
Ugh.
Give me the cheese, and that's it.
The cheese looks fake.
Eh.
It looks like it's going like that.
Yeah.
It's from Burger King.
Pacific Wharf Cafe, cookies and cream bread pudding. Well, that probably should be served at the White House then. At the Gourmet Coffee Cart, they have the Mickey Fun. Is that this? That's new. That Funwell cookie, is that new?
I don't know.
I've never seen it.
It's like the one that they had the last time, and then it's like the Cheshire Cat cookie that I liked.
Yeah.
Because it's got the little medallion, white chocolate medallion in the middle, and it's got the jelly.
Oh, yeah.
Those are super good. I love
really
those.
good.
This the shortbread cookie.
I think this is the part of the podcast where some people fast forward.
It is. If I had known it was going to be this much stuff, I probably would have just not done it.
You probably would have said check your app.
Yeah, exactly. Over at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, they have a spectacular Mickey pizza. It's not that spectacular sounding. It looks good.
Just with pepperoni Mickey? That makes it different?
Mickey pepperoni pizza with confetti of peppers and onions. It's not really confetti, it's peppers and onions.
Boy, it looks like there's a party on that slice.
And I'm not invited. Over at Award Wieners, who of course is famous for always having all kinds of crap, they have what's called a cheesy celebration, which I like the name already. It is cheddar sausage link with creamy mac and cheese, salsa verde, crumbled spicy cheese puffs, and cheese curds on a toasted bun. Wow, that sounds really good. Along with that, more cheese, please. Film strip fries with creamy mac and cheese, salsa verde, crumbled spicy cheese puffs, and cheese curds. So it's basically the same thing, but on fries. Then, of course, the funnel cake fries again continues with get your ears on funnel cake fries. Those are chocolate cookie dusted funnel cake fries, blah, blah, blah.
Whoa.
90 sprinkles.
Damn.
They exactly counted out 90 sprinkles onto there. Celebration cake funnel fries, which have crumbled confetti cake, frosting, whipped cream, and Mickey sprinkles. Schmoozies has donuts. What?
Schmoozies.
A Mickey donut with apple filling and a mini donut with cherry filling.
I want that one.
And then there is a Mickey cookies and cream shake with, they've also counted out 90 sprinkles exactly onto it.
Now, real quick, do you really want the 90 sprinkles? Because you got to figure the person who's counting them is using their finger going 1, 2, and touching every sprinkle.
Right? And then we're going to get to we're going to get to the thing that she was referring to and I thought we were referring to earlier, and that is the birthday hat macaron. Now, this is very, very interesting. He showed me a video of it or whatever, and you break it. It looks like it's basically the same shape as the other the orange cozy cone macaron from Halloween. And this one has like a blue icing inside, and then there's like some weird shit coming out the top. I don't know what that is, if it's edible or if you're supposed to pull that off before you eat it. But the weird thing I think about this is that when you break open the macaron, instead of there being, more cream and stuff inside, there is they have somehow filled the whole entire inside of the macaron with more than 90 sprinkles.
It depends.
Although maybe there is 90 sprinkles in there. It doesn't specify here, so I can't.
Want filling. I wouldn't want something hollow with
Right?
sprinkles. I would want filling.
Thank you. I want filling. I don't want.
Now, real quick, we saw the video where they broke it open, and all those sprinkles came out. We saw a person do the same thing,
and it didn't happen.
5 came out.
And you had to shake it.
5 came out.
Wow, dirty.
So yeah, well,
I guess that person couldn't count to 90.
Yeah, that person was only
Couldn't even count to 6 apparently.
I know. Budget cut.
Tapping out.
it was funny.
Real quick, just over at the Disneyland Hotel, they are having a Get Your Ears On Mickey and Minnie celebration dinner at Goofy's Kitchen. That starts on the 18th, which so that means it has already started by the time you.
That might mean they have a special button. I'm going to have to go check that out.
I don't see anything about a button.
Well, they had a special button for their dinner time.
But it does
dinner time magic.
But it does say that there is celebratory take-home swag, decor, and special appearances by Mickey and Minnie. Okay, so anyways, over at Steakhouse 55, they will have the Mickey's Tea Party celebration, and that'll go from January 19th through March 31st. And of course, it's the usual. They have a classic celebration tea. And they have a premium celebration tea, and of course, those are obviously going to be different prices and stuff. Over at DCA at the Storytellers Cafe, or at the Grand Californian at the Storytellers Cafe, they will be adding new Mickey-themed items to the buffet, including a Mickey-shaped pasta, any cream cheese sauce, bow tie pasta salad with roasted tomatoes, mozzarella, and olive oil, a pepperoni flatbread, and a mini polka dot cheese flatbread. Over at Whitewater Snacks, which I know now have heard is now open again, or it's open.
I think it opens tomorrow.
No, I heard it's already open. I heard somebody who went something because the menu has completely changed. They no longer have hot dogs just to buy. The only hot dog they sell now is the hot dog of the month. They have added more artisanal sandwiches and some other things. I'll have to get a copy of that menu. But maybe tomorrow's their official opening.
It is.
So they have been open for a few days now. So, but they have some new items there. They have a Mickey Mouse shaped artisanal pizza, and a pretzel, and a crispy treat.
What makes a pizza artisanal?
I don't know. Over at Hearthstone Lounge, you can get a Mickey's Baked Alaska.
Oh.
Or you can get you can get the heart-shaped, not heart-shaped, the Mickey Mouse-shaped artisanal pizza there as well. And we're done. Yay.
Hallelujah.
Okay, now other people can talk. Bye.
All right, so real quick, over at Jelly Holiday, I had, instead of getting the thing I wanted, I had a chocolate trifle parfait thing. I don't know what the name was, but basically it was peanut butter, chocolate pudding. They said it was a chocolate pound cake, but it didn't taste like a pound cake. Layers and some other stuff on there. The peanut butter, of course, is made with cream cheese, so I don't like cream cheese. It was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. I enjoyed that. Probably would have enjoyed the other one better. I would have it again, and I was thinking the next time I have it, I'll probably have it with some hot chocolate. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would have been tasty with it.
Yeah. Now let's talk about that pretzel. Who was going to talk about?
Oh, the pretzel. So I had seen, the cinnamon pretzels at Disneyland are like pretty new. They're not like right? They haven't had them for a long time. Within the past year, I think that they've had them. So I'm like expecting this delicious cinnamony Wetzel's pretzels type, like the soft kind.
Right.
So I go in and I'm looking at it, and she hands it to me.
Where was it at?
It's the one right in front of Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
That's I think the only cart that gives
yes.
the cinnamon ones.
I got it now.
So there was like 3 people in line, and I was like, "Ooh, now's a great time." So I hop in line, and I'm like, "Hi, can I have a cinnamon pretzel, whatever?" She's like, "Sure." And I was like, "Is it pretty thick? Is it pretty like cinnamony? It doesn't taste like salt, right?" And she's like, "No, it's really good. It tastes like cinnamon." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, all happy, take a picture of it to Instagram it. And then I'm walking up the hill, and I'm like, oh, no. And I turn right back around. I'm like only picking up the little pieces because it's like nothing but dough and then like 2 sprinkles of cinnamon. So I waited back in line, and I was like, great, this lady's going to be like, I don't care what you think about this pretzel. So I was like, I really didn't like this. Can I have my money back? And she was like, yeah, okay. And she took the pretzel back because I only ate like a tiny little bit.
I'll give you your money back for anything, man.
Yeah, she was really nice, but I was just like, I would have been happy to pay the $5.75 for a good pretzel. Like, you know what I mean? But it wasn't good. It was like hard and crusty and nasty.
The pretzels at Disneyland, I don't know if this is made the same way as not the new ones that you tried, but the old ones that are like Mickey shaped, sort of.
Yeah.
And then they have the regular ones that you could dip in like cheese that have little pieces of salt on them.
Yeah.
And then the ones that were my favorite, I actually almost got one last night, was the cream cheese pretzel. And they're filled with like a cream cheese inside.
Okay.
If you get them right when they come out, the whole thing is kind of soft, meaning the inside is soft and creamy and the outside is a little soft. But the longer that they sit, they're still hot, but the very outer layer gets harder and harder.
Yeah, it was like crusty. It wasn't good.
They must have just been really old. I would suggest trying one more time, but buying them at Coke Corner because that's where they make them. The kitchen is at Coke Corner, so they ship the pretzels all over the resort from that location.
Just ask for a fresh pretzel.
Well, they don't have them at the other places.
No, I meant
you tell them at Coke Corner. can I have one? I'll wait the 10 minutes it takes to make a fresh one.
I want it spanking fresh from the oven. Yeah.
Now, I can't control how much cinnamon they put on or don't put on, but I can say if you want one that's like super soft and doughy and like wonderful, ask for a fresh one at Coke Corner. That goes for everybody. Just insist. Oh, I was just going to say that the Purple Potion churro, apparently there's no flavor difference. And I would think that they would have had it be
sugar?
like, they would have had it maybe flavored like cotton candy maybe or something different.
But they did that before.
Yeah, but they're charging the higher price, I think.
Right. Like a different flavor.
What was it? It was
all the other colored ones had different flavors. This one,
no, not the blue and red.
Oh no,
from
you're
Star
right.
Wars.
Yeah. Those didn't.
So
but the
thing.
pink, there was the strawberry pink one. There was the watermelon one. There was the sour something one.
I think we should make our own churro challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick, speaking of churros, there's a brand new churro cart.
California churro people?
No, I'm talking about in the park. There's a brand new churro cart over in Hollywood Land in the back lot, over there where Matt T was.
Really?
Yeah, there's a brand new churro cart over there. It's really cool. It's all themed out. It's like red and black, colors back there.
Oh, you mean the actual cart?
I'm talking about a brand new cart. And
not just the same cart in a different location.
No, it's a brand new churro cart, brand new location because they never had churros over there. So now you guys can go and check out some churros in over in Hollywood Land. I guess they're trying to branch out and put more locations of churros.
You think that they would have had that during? Well, they still sell drinks there now. It makes sense for them to have a filling, like breaded food item where they're selling alcohol because then they get people that are not as drunk.
I don't know about alcohol and churros though. That's kind of nasty.
It's just a matter of having something to absorb the alcohol in your stomach. You
Something
don't get
bready.
drunk. You don't get drunk as fast.
Yeah, I totally get it.
We walked through there not long ago as well, and I was surprised to see that they're still doing some sort of DJ thing over there on the weekends.
I haven't seen that lately. All right, so real quick, we know that in March we have the Food and Wine Festival coming up, March 1st through April 23rd. So right now the reservations are open for the special what are they called? The Wine Festival signature events. So
is anybody already sold out?
I don't know yet. I know I don't know if anything's sold out yet. Of course, Guy Fieri is going to be there, and actually, I think he's still available.
Shocker!
The mayor of Flavortown?
Oh, if that's available, send it to me. We didn't missed it last year.
Yeah, usually he always sells out right away.
Guy Fieri is scheduled to be there on March 9th, and tickets for that is $120.
Never mind.
Damn.
We'd
That's
really
more than one of those throwback nights.
We'd legit like to go see him, but at the same time, we're not spending $120. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still available right now. I'm looking it up. That stuff is his tickets are still available, but they also have a wine education and tasting seminars. They have in the kitchen with somebody. It says and Sweet Sundays. Doesn't say who's with. Carthay Circle winemaker reception, dinner with the Disney chefs. That seems interesting. You can go over to our MousePIRE Facebook page. The link is there for all that stuff.
Now, is that for $120 is for like just the people in the front? Or does it, because I thought they still had like free, you can be in the audience kind of thing.
You've never been able to be free in the audience to those ones.
Now, real quick, I just want to say real quick, if you're going to, let's say you bought the ticket. I'm right here on the ticket page. I have one ticket for $120. They, charge you for a gratuity of $660 and tax is $805.
Wait, a gratuity for what?
Exactly. So you're going to pay $134.65 to go see Guy.
Wait, what's the gratuity for?
I can't tell you unless they have.
Man, I would go in there.
You could
and be
literally drive there. You could literally drive to the restaurant in Las Vegas, stay the night, and like for that amount of money.
Right, exactly.
And like do fun stuff in Vegas. That's like a car pay. That's like a gas tank, dinner, and like a hotel.
True, and I mean he has like 2 or 3 restaurants in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like we could literally drive to actual Flavortown for cheaper than that.
I'm going to Flavortown.
I mean, because it's only in Northern California, so I mean...
Is the mayor here?
So anyway, if you guys are interested in any of those events, head over to our MousePIRE Facebook page. I already posted a link there, and you can click on that, and you can read all the information there for yourself. All right, so real quick, I want to talk about a breaking news that we had the other day. Corn dog prices went down. Yeah. I was like really shocked because I went there and I was like, okay, I got to go do my shot. Walking over to First Aid, and I noticed the price of the corn dog was at $9.29. I was like, what? And so...
What was it before?
I believe it was $9.75.
Okay.
It's right before $10, right under 10. And so I go over there after I do my shot. I go check it out. It says $9.29, and now they are offering dipping sauces with your corn dogs for $1.29, I believe I posted.
I bet they got that from the corn dog cart downtown.
Wait, you got to buy the dipping sauce?
Yes.
I think. Oh wow! When you
So
said
that's
it was
probably where they lowered the price.
Blah. Yeah, damn, that's stupid because you didn't say that.
Be
We're
like,
saying it now.
I'll bring my own ketchup packet.
No, he just had told me when he told me about it, he just said it comes with a dipping sauce.
Oh.
There was no mention of an additional price. That's where they're getting you now. They're like, oh, it's worse than the churros. They're charging you $1.
Well, here's the thing. There's
I'd rather
ketchup,
go to,
I'm sure, is still free.
Hey, I'd rather go to the Habit and get a piece of bacon.
Hey, did you know you can get free pickles at...
All right, so I told you that now there's some sort of dipping sauce, and I'll find out. That's all I said.
Well, I assumed that just meant that you were to find out what the dipping sauces were. You never told me, but I did see your post seeing what the dipping sauces were. So, speaking of pickles.
Yeah,
what are they?
One of them is pickle.
So the corn dog's $9.29. They come with dipping, or you can buy dipping sauce for $1.19. And I was really interested to see what the flavors were because when I first went there, they didn't have any flavors like what you can get. So that's why I told Anthony, I will find out. When I went back there, now they had a sign with the flavors, and the flavors are bacon ketchup, pickle ranch, and honey mustard. I would try the first two.
Is it worth $2.50?
No, it's worth $1.19.
No, but together it's almost $2.50. So you'd try, but you're going to spend the $2.50?
Yeah,
because you think Michael will give it to you $3 special?
No, I wouldn't count on that. Oh. But maybe he could remix them.
Remix the remix.
Diggs, that was a good one. That was a knee slapper.
So I checked around the parks, and the corn dog castle is also the same price for the corn dogs. No dipping sauces there. And Stage Door Cafe is same price, but no dipping sauces there. So
they still have the cheddar dog?
At Corn Dog Castle, yes.
That's the best one.
You only said 2 dipping sauces.
No, I said honey mustard.
Oh, no, honey mustard.
So it's bacon, ketchup, honey mustard, and pickle what?
Ranch. I would try them.
I'd try them all, but like that's too much. They probably don't give you enough to get the whole corn
dog. No, but it's
done.
a good thing. It's a good thing because the corn dog price went down, and then there's like, you know what? People are going to try the dipping sauce.
Yeah.
And it's going to go back to the $10 where it was.
Their average will probably stay the same or close or a little higher.
Right.
What
They should have just raised it $10, included the dipping sauce.
How do you think they compare to the Golden Dragon?
I just eat the corn dog.
You don't like the Golden Dragon?
I like the corn dog. I don't have the sauces.
Oh, you don't eat either of their... Okay, so I tried the Golden Dragon. This is at the downtown Disney cart, and they have 2 sauces. One, I was like, and then the other one was really good. So I used ketchup like on half, and then I used the sauce on the other half to try
Did
to
you ask them if they could cut it in half?
Well, that would only... Tell me if somebody agrees. So they have this corn dog at Corn Dog Castle, or did.
They did.
It's a third chicken sausage, a third fried jack, or like deep fried jack cheddar, or jack cheese, and then... The other third is like a turkey sausage or beef sausage or something. But when they show it cut for the example, they show it split down the middle so that you can get... It's like I feel like you could get a little bit of the cheese in each bite with the other side in that way if you did it right. But realistically, they don't... It's not like cut like that. You're just supposed to eat like one type and then cheese in the middle, and then when you get to the bottom, you eat the other type.
I don't know.
It's not real. It's not real.
It's
You can do the phone ordering.
Fake news.
You can do the phone ordering at Corn Dog Castle though, and you just walk right up and pick up your stuff.
Oh, I do like that. That's my favorite thing is ordering ahead.
All right, so hey, that's interesting. I'm gonna try those sauces and be pretty cool. You know what? Maybe we should just go together, Tim, and we can get, I'll get one sauce, you get another, and we'll just try and we'll have to pay the $250.
We can hold hands and skip too if you want.
I did.
You always
did,
offer to
we
do
did.
that, but I have a sciatica, so it's gonna be kind of
So
hard.
no skipping, or so we just hold hands then?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's better.
All right, so real quick, I'm sure you guys heard the Ballast Point opened up, and you can go in there and get ballast. I don't know, so that's
Yeah,
open
We
up.
should have. We were there yesterday with some friends from Florida. They wanted to watch the game and decided to make a reservation at Splitsville, which is fine. We like Splitsville. It's just super expensive. Ended up, I don't know, it was like $75 for the two of us or something. But in hindsight, we should have gone to Ballast Point because that had just opened and most people didn't even know about it yet. It was only like half full.
Oh, we should go there. We should have a meetup there with like lots of appetizers for happy hour.
We're going to have to save. I doubt they have any happy hour anything at
We'll
Disney.
make it happen.
All right, so real quick, another thing that came out for the Mickey Get Your Ears On was the return of the Mickey Sipper that Tim over here is not happy about.
It's not that I'm not happy that they didn't come back. I believe that Disney needs to have more integrity in their advertising. I mean, am I wrong that they need to do that?
It's too echoey.
She's laughing at Anthony.
No, I did see, or I talked to Diggs about that when he got there. I was like, yeah, I saw the Sipper, but I didn't want to be like, oh, the Sipper's back. Because I didn't know if that was like old news or what. Because I remembered the conversation that you guys had about it's only going to be one day. And then I saw it and I was like, I wonder how long that's been out.
To clarify, when they originally announced the Sipper prior to November 18th, which is the actual birthday, they said this is a one-day only item. It is only going to be sold on this one day while supplies last, blah, 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 blah. And everybody got there early. When we got to the park at opening, or, maybe half hour after the park opened on that day, we waited, like an hour and a half, 2 hours in line or something? And you never know. They could have had 5,000 of them and they're gone in the first hour, or they could have 30,000 and they're gone all day. You never know, right? So we didn't want to be the ones that missed out.
To not have them.
Yeah. And we had a couple friends that we were supposed to pick them up for as well. And so we had 4 of us or something, and I think we had to go through the line a couple times. But we decided to go through once right away just to get it out of the way. And then the other ones we got later when we were having lunch. But, a lot of people came real early and got in line to get their Sipper. I mean, and the line for the fruit stand on Buena Vista Street on the corner by where the trolley stops. It was all the way back almost to the Taste Pilot's grill. So it had wrapped all the way past the Starbucks.
Right.
Around the corner.
That sounds disgusting.
And it was like across from the churro cart, which is maybe 30 or 40 feet from Taste Pilots.
Oh my gosh. That's like waiting for a ride. That's like waiting for a ride.
Later on, we got them at the Chinese restaurant and it was only like a 10-minute wait, in the line. But a lot of people came early, got their thing, and left.
Yeah.
And it's because they announced it as a very special item that was only going to be sold one day. And Anthony's opinion was that the removable birthday hat straw was going to be taken off, and they'd release them without the birthday hat. Then it would technically be a different
as
item.
separate pieces.
Yeah, the podcast we had after the birthday, and he was talking about it, and you mentioned how it came off. And then one of you even said the receipt even showed it as a different item.
Yeah, as a couple of items.
Yeah, as a couple of items.
It was the picture I took of the how much it cost. It was $27.99. $27.99 includes birthday hat straw.
Right. Either way, I just assumed that they would take the hat off and then do a repaint, like I said, they've done with the
different colors.
Yeah, they would do a different. They repaint them different colors, like they've done with the Mickey elf.
At least now, that's their justification for being able to bring back this different item. Just like we got the holiday version of the aliens and they weren't AP, right? But it's basically the same thing. Now, the issue that I have is that they didn't repaint anything. And when they released it, it even still had the birthday hat on it. It came out, again, exactly 2 months after the original release date. Same birthday hat, same everything. The price is $3 less. It's only $24.99 now. It was $27.99 when they first sold them.
Anyway, if you guys want to get those, they're all over the damn park. Every single place that sells drinks and beverages and cupcakes or whatever you have, they have them. So you can go over there and check those out and get your Mickey sipper.
The thing that really is upsetting, to me at least, not because we spent more on ours, but that they're selling them for $10 less in Florida. They're only $15.
Oh yeah, they were everywhere in Florida.
Did you see the birthday ones?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're $15. So at least that's what our friends told us. Yeah, they just came. They lived there. They just came from there. So,
all right. So speaking of Valentine's Day, we have Minnie's doing some Valentine's stuff going on in the park. Minnie's Valentine's Day surprise. Basically, it's like the egg hunt. It says throughout Valentine's month, test your skills as you search for some secret Valentines Minnie has hidden for Mickey and friends around the Disneyland park. So you're going to purchase the map. Well, actually, it says like it's a game board and stickers for $6.99, and it goes from January 22nd through February 18th. You can go to the Bonanza Outfitters, the Briar Patch, Disney Showcase, Disneyana Emporium, Little Green Man Store Command, and Pieces of 8 to get these game boards or whatever and stickers.
And then what's the prize?
Well, of course, they haven't said what the prize is because you have to go, once you complete it, once again, you have to go to the Disney Showcase, like for the egg hunt, and you'll get your surprise. It's probably going to be the same thing. You know, you can purchase it and then go get your thing before you have to do it.
I think it's a card. Like, I think they have a picture of it. It doesn't say that that's what it is, but it looks like it's going to be like a
stickers and
card.
I see like a card thing.
With Jessie on it? Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
For $7, you think you'd get at least something plastic.
Yeah. Well, I looked it up, and I was hoping they'd do it in both like downtown and also in California, but I think it's only going to be in Disneyland.
That probably means they're just trying it out this one year first to see how it goes. The eggs are popular enough that they run out. That now they're doing all three. But originally it was just Disneyland, and then they expanded to DCA a couple years later, and then now it's all three. And they still can't keep certain ones in stock sometimes.
Yeah. So, if you guys are interested in doing that, I'm not. So you can guys go over there and get those game boards and all that stuff. All right, so real quick, we went through the refurbs last time. Astro Orbiter is closed through spring. Now the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough is completely closed through spring, and the walkways on the sides are closed as well. They were saying that if you, we talked about if you were going to the Bippity Bop boutique, that you're going to be escorted. Well, I'm hearing now that you will be escorted through the side where Snow White's grotto is. They will take you over there. You can't go yourself. They will escort you over to the side if you have that. I'm pretty sure if you have reservations for that, they'll tell you how to get over there and where you need to meet. I know Anthony talked about that last time. Of course, Fantasmic is closed through spring. Small World is closed from the 22nd through the 31st.
When does Fantasmic close?
The 21st, tomorrow.
Oh, okay, because it played last night.
Today's the 21st.
Oh.
Okay, well then today.
Oh, is that part of why Columbia is on its Columbia River?
Yeah, the Columbia ship will also go through spring, and Splash Mountain will go through or start refurb on February 4th, and of course Grizzly River Run is closed right now through spring also.
It's empty.
Yes.
Anthony, you've got some info on Galaxy's Edge?
I do, because I listened to an audiobook that probably not a lot of people have listened to yet because it's not one of the mainstream ones. But it turns out that this book is basically a prequel for Galaxy's Edge. We now know exactly what time frame Galaxy's Edge is taking place. We now know why the Millennium Falcon is there.
Well, at least what time frame it's taking place after, right? Because it could be a little bit.
No, based on the fact that the Millennium Falcon is at Galaxy's Edge, we now know exactly when it's taking place. We know why the Millennium Falcon is there, and we know what kind of the background of the Millennium Falcon ride is going to be.
Tell us.
I'll think about it.
We're breaking news.
Breaking news. Not really. I don't know. There is a book that just came out last week. It is called Pirates something.
Caribbean.
Yes.
Pirates Booty.
Yes, Booty.
Pirates Not of the Caribbean.
No, it is called Star Wars Pirates Price. It is by the author Lou Anders. It is, I believe, supposed to be like one of those like young adult type books. Just in the fact that it's a little bit of a shorter book, and it has kind of like a kiddie cover to it. And it's part of a series of books that's called the Flight of the Falcon. There's another one that's called Lando's Luck, which I believe is part of the same series. I read this. I decided to get this book on audiobook when I found out that the main character in the book is Hondo Anaka, which I don't know if you don't watch Clone Wars or Rebels, you wouldn't know who that is. But if you have, you know exactly who Hondo Anaka is. He is a Weequay pirate who has a very, let's just say, interesting personality. He is one of the most memorable characters to come out of the Clone Wars TV show, other than Ahsoka.
You've talked about Hondo before. Who's your favorite? Yeah,
I have talked about Hondo before. We did know previously that Hondo had something to do with Galaxy's Edge. It was mentioned before that he had kind of a background of him being there. But now, thanks to this book, we know much, much more than that. As I said, I had heard this book was coming out, and then I saw that, just a little background, Hondo is voiced by Jim Cummings.
Cool, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh himself. And, I heard the audiobook was coming out.
Now I want to hear this voice.
And it was announced that Jim Cummings was reading the book. And I'm like, wow, that's going to be amazing, because that means every time Hondo talks, it's going to be Hondo's voice talking.
Do you have it on your phone? Could you play a clip of the voice?
Maybe. Once I started reading the book, after I got the book and I started reading it, it became even more apparent this book was going to become even more amazing than I ever imagined thought, because the book is written in first person of Hondo's.
So it's all Jim Cummings.
It's basically, yes. There are three main parts of the book, and there's like kind of like interstitials. But the three main parts of the book is Hondo telling a story to somebody else.
Yeah.
So everything is Hondo telling the story, and it's Hondo doing the voices, Hondo making sound effects, because he does he's like pew pews and stuff like that. It's like actually Hondo's supposed to be telling the story, making these voices. Hondo's voice for Han Solo is very, very funny. He actually sounds a little bit like Mr. Freeze from the Batman animated series. It's really interesting. I don't know why, but it's funny. Anyways, the book is very, very good. It was just so delightful. It's like one of the best. It's probably the best audiobook I've ever listened to, just because of how delightful the narration just. For me, most of the time, the narration is what it makes about 50% of an audiobook, whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
Not just the story. But this one is just like 100%. There was an Ahsoka book that had came out, and it was narrated by Ashley Eckstein, who does the voice of Ahsoka. But that one wasn't in first person, and I don't think that book was as good as it would have been had it been in first person. And it was very cool, because today I actually tweeted out a tweet that I said I had finished the audiobook of the blah, 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 and I tagged the author, and he actually responded back to me.
Oh, my God. That's
He
so cool.
retweeted my tweet, and he responded back, and I said, or he responded back, "So glad you liked it." And then I just told him it was the most entertaining audiobook I've ever listened to. And then I asked him, I said, "Did you know that Cummings would be reading it when you decided to have it in first person, or is it a happy happenstance?" And he said, I knew a book about Hondo had to be in first person. When I heard there would be an audiobook, I suggested they ask Jim Cummings, and it was thrilled beyond words. He said yes.
Sweet.
Dang, so he didn't just reply to you one time, he replied to you like
yes.
couple times.
And then I said, "That's
You're
awesome.
cool.
Thank you so much for that and for engaging with me." And he said, "Thank you."
Bro, you're famous.
I don't know about all that. I mean, he's not like
he's
a
twat famous.
But now
For
you're
the
like
twits and the twats.
The Twitters.
Well, no. If I had gotten a response from Jim Cummings, that would be even more amazing.
That's
Hold your breath.
Hey,
That's
but,
really cool,
It
though.
might happen.
but now you have a new friend.
Yes, I have a new friend.
You can say my friend.
Yes, my friend
Like
my friend Lou Anders.
We've talked several times.
Like
Yes.
What was your original tweet?
My original tweet was what I said. Finished the audiobook of Star Wars Pirates Price by Lou Anders. It was absolutely delightful. Framing the novel as mostly first person was absolutely inspired, and whoever thought to have it read by Jim Cummings should receive a medal. I never stopped smiling throughout. And then he retweeted that. And I also had added onto that, I said, also in case anyone is interested and needs another reason to read the book, the movie is basically, or the novel is basically a prequel of Galaxy's Edge. And then I mentioned the stuff that I already said.
So
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm just doing all the setup right now for all this.
Oh, no, I understand. I was going to ask a question, but now you've made me forget.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Squirrel.
Exactly. Oh, how many hours was it?
Oh, the book itself is, like I said, it's more of a young adult type of book, so it's not an incredibly long book. I think it was 8 hours, I believe. No, it's only 5 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No. It was a really short book. That book could have been 10 hours, and I would have been more excited, but...
You could listen to that book on the way to Vegas.
Right?
Flavor Town.
Hey, man.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
Town.
We go to Vegas, we'll listen to the book, and then
I'm
we can
down.
eat a flavor.
I'm down if I don't have to drive.
Cool. We'll take your car.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me think about that.
So anyways, now getting to how this all comes to Galaxy's Edge. The framing device of the story is that Bazine Natal, who is the woman in Force Awakens that's in Maz's castle, that's all cozying up to that big fat dude, and he's the one that she's the one that calls and tells the First Order that they're there. She has kind of like the black thing on her head. She's gone to Blackspire Outpost looking for Hondo because she has heard that he has the Millennium Falcon. That is how the story sets up. She has gone there because she wants to buy the Millennium Falcon. She's been sent to buy the Millennium Falcon, and she heard that he has it. And so she finds him, and he's like, sure, I have it. And then he goes on to tell her 3 different stories about his experiences with the Millennium Falcon, one of which takes place before the original trilogy, so sometime in between Solo and Star Wars. The second story takes place sometime in between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Not sure where in that. That one's not really specific. But the third story, which is the one that's most important and where the book ends, takes place and is very clearly specified that it takes place after The Last Jedi.
Ooh.
So not to getting too much spoilers for people that might want to actually listen to this, but basically Chewie and Rey have lent
Falcon.
Chewie and Rey have lent Hondo the Falcon because of Chewie.
They know that he
Chewie
already
knows,
had it.
No, Chewie knows Lando and or not Lando.
Hondo.
Chewie knows Hondo, and he knows that he says Chewie calls him up, and because apparently Hondo can speak Wookiee.
Okay.
And which is established early in the book, and is established that Hondo owes Chewie a favor, so he gives him the Falcon to repair this thing, and he takes it to Blackspire Outpost, and that's where he ends up with it there, and he's supposed to be working on it, and that's when Bazine comes to ask him about the Falcon, and in a roundabout way, he ends up selling it to her, but then he ends up getting it back because he ends up playing her, and then he gives it back to her.
If somebody did that with my car, I'd be pissed.
I know, especially if they take it to Vegas.
Right.
And so now we're going to get to, like I said, that establishes that it takes place after Last Jedi, but before Episode 9, presumably, because presumably by Episode 9 we'll be seeing the Chewie and Rey with the Falcon back again. So we now know that it takes place in between basically right after Last Jedi. And as to why the Millennium Falcon is there on Blackspire Outpost, we know because Chewie gave it to Hondo to repair. And now Hondo's kind of just keeping it for as long as Hondo feels like keeping it. And
well, it's after Last Jedi, so they don't really need it right now.
Well, apparently, and it's being repaired, and Chewie and Rey are probably hanging out with the Resistance somewhere. So,
yeah.
I don't know if we'll get some
They're
sort
probably
of
celebrating.
I'm wondering if we're going to either get some sort of because you know how before the movies we always get the Journey 2 books and stuff like that, Journey to the Force Awakens, Journey to the Last Jedi, and I'm assuming we'll have a Journey to blah 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 books. They're more the bigger novels and stuff that always kind of lead in and have like other background stories. There will probably be something, or maybe even a throwaway line of about the Falcon, or about them having not had it, or something.
I mean,
I'm hoping
sense. It makes sense because the final movie won't come out until December,
right?
So basically, the timeline in Galaxy's Edge is when it opens. It's like right now, essentially, in the where we are in the trilogy,
right?
So the new trilogy.
So it makes perfect sense. I mean, there was a lot of people that were speculating that that it could have been possible that Galaxy's Edge was portrayed more pre-Force Awakens, just because even though the First Order is present, but we already knew that the First Order has been present on the Outer Rim for quite some time. But this definitely puts it after Last Jedi, which is a huge deal.
That's a question of do they want to include Han at all? Basically,
which in that case, no. The question is no.
Now it's no.
Originally,
Han could have had like a cameo in the ride or something like.
And as far as this goes, it's more than likely that you're not even going to see Chewie at all, and it increases the chances that I've mentioned before that we'll definitely be seeing a costumed Hondo probably walking around, a Hondo character. Because I did mention, I think it was last podcast where I saw a video. Or in that one video that they had on Christmas, there was them making a Hondo head mold, I think it was.
Yeah.
And,
they just want to increase the number of characters that they can have.
Or it's entirely possible there's an audio animatronic Hondo inside of the ride also. But like I said, so that's why we now know when it takes place. We know why the Millennium Falcon is there on Batuu. And as far as the setup for the ride, basically the last page of the book tells you what the ride is about, because basically the last page of the book is after Hondo gets the Millennium Falcon back after the whole story. He goes and he wants to start a shipping company and kind of be going legit. And the last thing that the book says is that he goes and puts up a note on the wall saying "Crew wanted," blah 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 blah.
Right.
And so there's your setup for the ride. You're the crew that Hondo is recruiting to set up his new shipping company, yes.
So he's just basically going to steal Rey and Chewie's ship, really Chewie's ship.
He's borrowing it.
To start a shipping company.
He's borrowing the Millennium Falcon for an extended period of time so he can start his own shipping company until he makes enough money to buy his own ship.
So then maybe there's something
that's Hondo's type of reasoning.
Well, then maybe there might be something in the... Now I'm totally lost. What's the name of the third film?
There is no name.
Oh, there's no name yet.
There's no name.
So the final film, the episode 9, there might be something about, them needing the ship back or whatever. But it's cool that Galaxy's Edge world will exist in a specific time period, and it will probably always exist in that time period until they do a layover on the rides or something. At some point they can change like they do on like they do with the Star Tours, where they do a different change. They could change the time period in the ride. They could change the time period in the Resistance ride. Or
I think that's very unlikely that would happen.
Well, not for a long time.
Not for a long time. I don't know if it's even likely it would ever happen, but I mean, it is definitely a possibility. Speaking of the ride, I don't know if everybody's been seeing the whole thing that's going around saying the whole ride experience of the Rise of the Resistance ride is 28 minutes.
Really?
Let's line ride everything.
So once of the last 20 minutes of your line will probably be part of the experience.
I don't even know if it would be 20 minutes.
Line?
Well, they try to make them interactive now. A lot of the European or the Asian parks are like that. I'm sure there's going to be hours of just queue with screens or
right.
whatever.
The word that's obviously not including fast pass and stuff like that. The word is that it's almost like two parts to the ride. There's the very beginning actually sounds like something similar to what they did for the Star Trek experience in Vegas. Is that the entrance to the ride is the I'm sure you've seen pictures of it. It's the Resistance shuttle that you've seen pictures of that's in front of the bay with the trees around. That's the entrance to the ride, and I guess you go in there, and there's a little like almost like you know how Simpsons, Back to the Future, Twilight Zone, and Guardians, they always have the little extra rooms where you have to do a little extra thing before you go in. There's going to be something like that where you're getting on the shuttle. And you're going to feel like you're on
your prep room.
Right. Your prep room is you getting into a shuttle, and the shuttle is transporting you somewhere. And then when you get to that somewhere...
Is probably like Star Tours where it moves a little bit or something.
I don't know if it's going to be all that, but it's definitely going to be something where you definitely
Maybe
feel
not
like...
that much, but
where
something where
it's definitely
going to
be something where where you're going... Yeah, there's definitely going to feel like a change where you're going to a different location. And then when you get out of that room, you'll be in the resist or the first order base.
Then you're there.
Then it'll be all shiny and everything.
It'll be cool as if you go from a little room, or you go from the line to a little room that takes you to another location, quote unquote, and then when you exit the little room, the shuttle, you're in a large space. That would be super cool.
Well, that's what I just said. Yeah. You're in the the first order base.
Nobody knows how big that base is, but it would be
visually
cool to enter a small room into a big room.
Well, no, we've literally seen pictures of the inside.
Blown away.
Oh, I haven't.
It's huge. It's like It's like this. It's like in here.
Echo.
When I met
it's
Marge,
Echo.
I was thinking like 10 times this size, but you never know. They could have video screens that make the room appear to be much bigger than it is.
But then
too.
what the like this is all kind of like spoilers and kind of just rumors. But then once you get off the shuttle at the first order base, you having troubles there?
No.
Oh, okay. When you get off the shuttle, you're immediately like arrested by the first order.
Well, yeah, you would be
because you're in their base.
Evil.
Yeah, because you're in their base.
Evil, or somebody's
and
evil.
then that leads to you being placed into the troop transport, which is the ride vehicle. So
got it. That's going to be interesting.
So yeah, it's all very just hearsay, but that's the word is that the whole experience from beginning to end is like 28 minutes. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's very.
And the actual ride is how much of that?
I don't know.
5.
Probably
5 or 6 minutes.
5 or 5 minutes or something.
Could be 2 minutes for all we know.
Yeah, I mean, just think Spider-Man in Florida or Transformers. However long those are, it's probably similar. It is made by Scott Trowbridge. Is that his name? Trowbridge.
I'm not sure.
Scott Trowbridge, I believe, is his name. He's the designer of the Rise of the Resistance or Rise of the First Order. It's Rise of the First Order, huh?
Yes.
The Rise of the First Order ride. He's also the one who designed the Spider-Man ride at Islands of Adventure, which they're
it was groundbreaking when it came out.
By extension, he also then designed Transformers because Transformers is based off of Spider-Man. So,
well, I have a couple questions if you're done, but if not, I can wait.
I'm pretty much done.
So,
I think this is big. It's big that we know when Galaxy's Edge takes place. And in the book, there's lots of references to things. There's reference to the DX droid who's DJing, which we already knew.
Yeah.
There's references to pork pets, even though he makes it a joke. But we do know that you're going to be able to have a pork pet, right? Isn't that a whole?
It's going to be
the pork pet thing.
It's based off based off of the Avatar.
Yeah, the dragon.
The dragons. Yeah, same type of thing.
My sister had to have one of those when we went.
So,
so my question is,
it's kind of a jokey reference to that, and then there's even reference to very specific drink names inside the cantina. So we'll have to see if those actual drink names end up getting used.
Which pass do you have, Diggs? The plus or just regular signature?
Do you really have to ask?
Well, no,
I'm serious. Do you really have to have?
Well, no, we have plus, but we didn't even use it during the holiday, so that's why I
spare
asked.
no expense, dude.
Okay, So we have the Plus currently,
no expense.
and we were talking recently that her pass comes up for renewal in April. Mine is like in September, and she said when the pass renews, she's not going to do the Plus. And I said, but what about Galaxy's Edge? She goes, I'll wait the month or two if that's what I have to do. Now, currently, it's the signature won't be blocked out of Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
However, unless you have Max Pass, you can't. There's not going to be regular Fast Pass, they've said, for the regular attractions. So you'll have to wait in the 5-6 hour, whatever it is, line when it first opens.
I think it's a 3-day line.
3 days, yeah.
Yes.
Now, for me, I'll probably make plans and I'll go camp out with friends or whatever if Diggs is going to do it or if our friend Jess is going to do it or whatever. But she's like, count me out. I'll just wait.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting
and I'll
either.
save the $250 for the year and
Buy yourself a purse.
Well, if the way that the passes are set up currently, she's like eyes mind blown. The way the passes are set up currently is the signature will get you in, deluxe won't, but signature will get you in. But if the parks are, if they're having trouble, too many people, they have the ability in the fine print to
change the dates.
change the dates for the signature. The signature plus is still good all year. It's it's good the whole time. So the only people that are locked in for sure, you can get in every day that they're not sold out, is Signature Plus. I don't want to have that chance. I know Diggs doesn't want to have that chance.
Yeah.
He wants to be able to come to the park, even if you got to get there early and line up, to be able to go in as many times as you want in that first month, right?
Yes.
Right.
I'm the same way. I want to get all the goodies and I want to experience it. I want to just go stroll around and check out all the details, probably for days on end.
Yeah.
Even if I don't ride the attraction over,
Just
right?
to be in there.
Yeah, I'll ride once or twice each probably, and I'll be cool for a little while. But I just want to be in.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is how you guys feel. Like, are you, if you have a signature and they block you guys out, will you pay the $250 to upgrade? Well, I'm
sorry.
asking.
I have a Signature Plus.
You do? Okay.
I don't think. I mean, I'm not like.
Super crazy Star
Yeah.
Wars, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be. I can't wait to see it because it sounds so new and so awesome and so like.
I'm just excited for the
It
detail.
seems different than other lands, like how Bugs Land was. It was completely immersive.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be that
And
way.
you can't see out except for the tower, pretty much. yeah.
Right. So it sounds like it's going to be super awesome. Could I wait for it another year? Totally.
If you had to wait.
Nothing. It wouldn't kill me. Like, I'm not like dying to see it.
I know
You're
you
not.
said.
I'm not.
I know you said a few weeks ago, Tony,
Blasphemy.
Anthony, that if you had the money, you might spend it on a preview event, $500 or so.
I don't know about $500, but
Well, you said if you had the money, you might spend it.
Yeah.
I don't remember him ever saying he might. He kept saying,
That's what I got from it.
He said, yeah, he'd do it. He said,
If you had, isn't that what he said? If I had the extra money,
Yeah.
I'd probably do
well,
it.
if anybody had the extra money, they would do anything.
Well, it's just a matter of priorities.
He's still
at
not
that
saying
point.
it. So
It's a matter of priorities at that point. Do you spend that
Exactly.
extra money on a trip to Vegas, or do you spend it on going to there?
Flavortown or
I mean,
Star
we can go to
Wars?
Flavortown like 3 times for that amount.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm not
And
asking
eat
because of
well.
you guys. I'd like to know what people think. If you have the extra money, would you spend it on a $500, possibly $1,000 preview? Would you upgrade your pass if they blocked out signature? If there's another $250 or $300 more, whatever they are at that point.
Which it will be. Like, if somebody's renewing tomorrow, it'll be an extra whatever. But then I'm like, okay, extra $300 divided by 12 months.
It's still
If
a
I
lot of
really
money.
wanted to see it, I'd
like
do it.
$20 a month.
Yeah, if I really wanted to see it, and I didn't have it, I'd
That
do
is
it.
$20 a month. Or
I'd be
No,
down.
that's
I
I'd rather
think,
buy a purse.
yeah.
Elizabeth would.
That's
rather
what I
do
mean. If I was dying to see it, I'd be like Diggs, money is no object. I'd buy $5.75 worth of pretzel and not return it. Just toss it in the trash.
take that one bite and throw it
Yeah,
away.
I'd be like, I'm not even getting back in line for this. So I would do it if I didn't have it and I wanted to do it.
I guess that's the question for the listeners: is let us know how you think. Would you wait? Would you upgrade? Like, who can wait that month, 2 months, whatever it is, and be okay? Who's going to buy a 1-day ticket and experience it all in one day, as opposed to upgrading your pass.
The year-long commitment.
Yeah, or doing the year-long. I'm just curious what people's plans are or what they think they're going to do. Or are you going to wait to see pictures and then decide, you know?
Yeah.
I'm curious. It's time for the mail.
Hey, we have an email here, and our first email is from Wreck-It Rachel.
Hey,
Yeah.
we know this, Rachel.
All right, so her subject line is, I got to the movies. Hi, guys. I'm so happy you liked my cookies. Don't worry, Tim. Yours are on the way.
Yes. She actually messaged me after the last podcast.
Profusely apologizing?
Yes, it was tears.
Or was it accusatory?
I'm gonna read it. It says, Tim, please stop your crying.
Wait,
Diggs only sent me his and Anthony's addresses. So basically she's saying that you are to blame.
hold on. Unless it's all in caps, you need to tone it down.
She said, I wanted to send you some, but didn't get the address. What's your address and your favorite cookie? I always need an excuse to bake.
Dirty, Rachel.
I said,
Dirty.
LOL, here's my address. I knew it was all Diggs' fault.
Threw you under the bus.
I like all kinds of cookies except for the ones that are all chocolate. She goes, okay, no
Wait
all
a minute.
chocolate.
So now he's getting cookie
Special
requests.
cookies. Yeah.
I said, so she said no all chocolate and of course no peppermint. I'll go through my recipes. Don't worry, Tim. I'll get you some cookies. So I said chocolate chip, peanut butter, macadamia nut, oatmeal.
Let
I
me
like
just
all
keep
those.
telling you. What
Well,
guys
she asked
I
what was
like.
my favorite. So she said the cookies are done, but I can't send them out till Monday. So they arrived on Wednesday. I said, I hope you ate one for me while it was all gooey. And she said, of course, chocolate chip one right out of the oven. I said, those are the best. So they came in the mail, and then I messaged her. I said, after eating a couple, I said, I got your cookies today. I think my favorite were the peanut butter oatmeal, but the sugar cookies were a surprise hit for me too. Did you guys get the sugar cookies, the like classic ones?
We didn't get requests.
They got
No, but
crumbs.
did you get?
Yeah, we got
other cookies.
we got what we were given.
So she says, thank you so much. I said, thank you so much. She said, hooray, I thought you'd like the oatmeal. When you told me what your favorite, I saw that recipe. I thought it would be perfect. You're quite welcome. I can't wait to hear more about it on the podcast. So
I want more of those.
They
trees.
were, the sugar cookies are not normally my favorite, but they tasted a little bit more like the dough than the completed cookie. And when something tastes like the actual dough, I'm all about it. So, yeah, I basically told her if you ever want to make me more cookies, I can send you the shipping label so it won't cost you anything. So,
I just want to point out that the entire bin of the cookies that you sent,
gone in
Rachel,
like 3 days.
I was only allowed one.
Oh,
And they
She
were
only
delicious.
asked.
Oh my
she only
gosh.
asked for one.
Let me rephrase that. It was delicious
She
because I
only-
only got
She
one.
only asked
Wait,
for one.
wait. Can we back up to the fact that you had enough cookies to last you 3 days?
Well, I had the
Because we had
basically-
barely enough cookies to last us a setting. Much
Well,
less
how many
enough
did you
to
eat
last-
at one time?
All of them.
Right. So I didn't eat them all at one time, and I waited 2 days in between eating.
Was
the
it
rest
because
of
you
them.
didn't have any soy milk at home?
I mean, no soy guy.
all right.
They were fantastic, Rachel. You kick ass. Anytime you want to send me more, just message me. I'll send you a shipping label in your email. It won't cost you anything.
Yeah, we want more of those.
Here, and I'm going to wave to you on the messenger right now so that you
We
can
want
know
more
that
of
we're-
I want more of the tree ones.
She says yes. She said the trees are always a hit. I've been making them for years.
I didn't get trees.
It's a Martha Stewart recipe.
Giselle wants trees.
It's a Martha Stewart recipe. I never thought that lemon icing would go with gingerbread, but it does.
Ooh, that sounds fantastic. I want to try that.
I got to the movies this week. I saw 2 on my list. I finally saw Fantastic Beast Crimes of Grindelwald. Took me long enough. I really did. I really liked it. I don't know why people didn't.
Because they're stupid.
It was compared to the first, in my opinion. But
She said it was much darker than the first, and there was a lot of information.
it was. That's how
to
my
absorb.
problem was. Too much info.
And there was too much information to absorb, but I soaked it all in, being a Harry Potter fan.
Just real quick, just in case she doesn't realize it, or other people that are watching those movies don't realize it, that it's only part 2 of like 4 or 5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to just think about that. It's all part of the ongoing storytelling process that's going to get us to, the end to 1945 and the ultimate face-off between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. So
The only thing that made me pause was the ending. The big reveal, I was like, wait,
Yeah, exactly.
But JK knows what she's doing, I hope. Are you guys Harry Potter fans?
Yes.
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 From the very beginning.
Yes.
Hardcover only.
Woo, look at you.
Whoa.
Wait,
I
but
got time for paperbacks.
British edition?
No.
Was it in English?
Whatever was at the NEX.
I want to get the British editions eventually, and because there's, the language is different in them.
Yeah.
Slightly, yeah.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, exactly.
I know stuff.
I mean, if they ever were to say trash can in the English versions, in the British versions, they're just called bins.
Bins. Mm-hmm.
In fact, instead of saying throw that away, they say bin it. That's my best example of British.
Well, I just
British
think you're
English.
just rubbish.
Yes.
Anyway. And I got to see Mary Poppins Returns.
Mary Poppins.
She says, I'm sure you already discussed it like you said you would.
No.
I'll say I enjoyed it. It was definitely nostalgic. At times I felt like I was watching a classic Disney 60s movie, which I'm sure that's what they were going for. For some reason, it reminded me more of Ben Knobs and Broomsticks.
Oh, I get
Because
yeah.
Angela Lansbury was in it instead of Julie Andrews, who should have been in it. That's probably why, Rachel.
Well, she says she don't know why.
That's why I'm telling you, Rachel. That's why.
Julie Andrews wasn't in it because she was too busy voicing a monster in Aquaman.
Really?
Have you seen Aquaman?
No, but I've been wanting to see it.
Yeah, Julie Andrews is a voice in Aquaman. You will
What?
never know it's her.
I swear.
Which one is she?
The creature.
That's funny.
The underwater creature.
Yeah, okay.
It's her.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
The animation style was very much like that of the 60s style of animation.
Yeah, it was.
Especially the villain wolf with the crazy eyes.
Yes.
The music was good. It was catchy. I think I enjoyed the score more than the songs. Yeah, Maybe because the score had tidbits of the original songs, and I liked hearing them interwoven into the score. Emily Blunt was wonderfully casted, considering the turned-out shoes she had to fill. Overall, a good movie, but Julie Andrews will always win in my book. I have a few more movies to see that came out over the holidays. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse being the next one.
That's the best.
And Bumblebee.
Ooh, yes, those are both good.
I think I'll wait for Aquaman to be on Netflix. DC movies always disappoint me, except Wonder Woman until next week, Rachel.
Rachel, I totally agree with you.
No. This is a different. We're talking about a whole different thing. Aquaman is awesome. You needed to see it in the theater. In fact,
I would totally want to see that.
Anybody who missed it in IMAX totally missed watching the movie altogether because the movie was like 90% in IMAX.
Like the whole experience.
Yeah, as opposed to having like a IMAX movie where occasionally it fills out the screen. I never even noticed it not filling out the screen. That's so much IMAX. It was so awesome in IMAX. And all those people, I don't understand. I read so many reviews, just real quick, about Aquaman that said all it was like an explosion every time they turned a corner. No, it wasn't. I didn't think so.
Like
all the explosions belonged. It wasn't like watching a Michael Bay movie. Settle down.
I will say that I thought the story was kind of lacking, especially some in the dialogue.
The story was
Aquaman?
basically the same Aquaman.
Or Mary Poppins.
Aquaman.
Oh.
Aquaman.
No, the Aquaman story was basically the same story that they always use. So
the dialogue. I meant the script. The dialogue. The story's a story, but
I
the
don't know.
the dialogue.
I
and the
thought it was
script,
great.
I thought was lacking, but visually it was fantastic.
The only DC movie that's better that's come out that's been better is Wonder Woman.
Oh, I haven't seen that one either.
Of course, Batman versus Superman's the crowning accomplishment of all film.
Yeah.
The last DC movie I think I saw was Thor Ragnarok.
That's
not DC.
Marvel.
Oh, well, then that's probably why I haven't seen any DC movies lately. What about the Spider-Man? What about the one with Ben Affleck, Batman?
Yes, that one is.
Is that DC?
Yes.
Oh,
That's a
I
good
could watch
one.
another movie with Ben Affleck in it, like Batman.
Yeah, too bad the
any
one
day.
with Ben Affleck in it is not very good.
It's fantastic. It's well, not the
It's
Batman.
okay. I just like looking at him.
Listen, that movie is so deep on so many levels, like human deep, that people don't understand it because they don't know the real history of those characters.
Maybe. I don't. Rachel, I'll have to agree with you. Julie Andrews rocks my socks. dream grandma of all time.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Anytime
Her voice was in the Believe fireworks show that I always talk about being my favorite.
Anytime you want to meet up, Rachel, because I think we live close to each other, and just like watch Julie Andrews movies all day long, I am down to clown.
It's a BFF love affair for MousePIRE.
Yeah,
There you
please
go.
let me know.
All right. Well, thank you for your email, Wreck-It Rachel.
Woo! And thank you again for the cookies. Like, anytime you want to bake, I will send you a shipping
Thanks
label.
for the cookies.
If you wanted, I have the audio recording of her doing when she was on My Fair Lady on Broadway.
I would love that. I love Julie
Since we got
Andrews.
robbed of her being.
I really did think she was going to be in the Mary Poppins. I thought she was going to be at the end, like winking or
She
something.
said that she didn't want to take the focus away.
Which I get.
I'm almost 100% positive that, as you said, the Angela Lansbury character was written to
For
be
her.
Julie Andrews, but then they were like, who's the next best
Because
person
I'm
we
like,
can get?
what the hell's Angela Lansbury doing in here?
Yeah, she's fine. I mean,
She's supposed to be in Portobello Road, not here. Not
What's-
Cherry Tree Lane.
I mean, what's Meryl Streep doing there? Who knows?
Oh, Meryl Streep.
All right. Next email is from Dan the Mailman.
Hey, Dan.
His subject line is "Thanks for the invite."
Oh my gosh.
TFTI, yo.
Is it dirty? Anyway, softball ready to gear up, so I'll be hitting the park at weird times for a few months. Got a vacation during President's Week, so catch me there and maybe even on the podcast if I'm invited.
Wow.
If you haven't done so yet, read my last email from last year for my thoughts on Mary Poppins Returns. Maybe we'll get to that next week. Have you seen Vader Episode 1, and what are your thoughts? If you don't know what it is, I'm sure Anthony will tell you.
I haven't seen it. I don't watch fan films, really. That's all.
There's your answer.
If he wants to talk about some of the controversy behind it and some of that stuff, if anybody needs any clarification, I know about that stuff. But other than anything about the particular the movie or the short film itself, I have nothing to say.
Interesting. Now I want to watch it. Here's to looking at getting to the park this weekend to check out the Lunar New Year festivities and Mickey's mixtape. Hope to see y'all soon. Dan out.
Bye, Dan.
Now you have me interested, Anthony.
About the video?
Yeah.
Why do I have you interested?
Because you seem like, because you said there's controversy and...
Oh, no, the only controversy is because the video got flagged on YouTube by Warner Glassell or Warner something for audio
So
copyright.
Warner Music Group.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Warner Music Group. It was Warner something. It was Glassell or something like that. It's whatever the people that usually do that sort of thing for them. Anyways, the video got uploaded on YouTube, and it was flagged by Warner, who owns the licensing rights to all of the Star Wars music still, because they bought the rights like back in like '89 or something from Fox.
Okay.
And so when it comes to licensing, Warner owns the rights to the Star. They don't own the rights. They own the rights to complain about Star Wars music, I guess. Anyways, they filed a copyright claim through YouTube on the video, but the catch is the video for having the Imperial March. The catch is it wasn't actually the Imperial March. It was a Imperial March sounding original piece of music, which then all of the Star Wars Disney haters turned around and started making a big old bitch and fuss about it. Oh, somebody comes up until now, a bunch of people who, all of the Last Jedi haters, have been going around saying how the Darth Vader movie was better than any movie Disney has put out so far, Star Wars movie. To which all of the people were like, "No, you're stupid," and. But these people, all the same people who were saying how great this movie was at this point, then came, well, look at Disney being all high and mighty and making this guy get banned and blah, 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 and jumping all kinds of stupid conclusions. But then the next day, then the next day it was found out it wasn't Disney who filed the claim, it was Warner who owns the rights. And then Disney actually contacted Warner and had the claim reversed by their own authority, and because the guy was because the guy was 100% within all fan film guidelines. You can't, because there's certain guidelines for making Star Wars fan films that are not even, I don't think even as strict as what for like Star Trek fan films, and anybody who knows anything about the history of Star Trek fan films, especially in the last 10 years, knows that that's a shitstorm. So anyways, Disney stepped up and said, no, this guy did everything he's supposed to be. His fan film is well within all of the regulations requiring fan films.
They're not making any money from it.
And they told Warner to pull the thing. So basically, they stepped up to bat for the guy.
Oh.
Personally.
So where can you watch it now? On YouTube?
As far as I know, it's still on YouTube. It should be back up on YouTube.
Maybe we can post it from the page and check.
I don't know how long it is, so I don't know if it's... Yeah, you can probably post it. I don't know.
I would have to review the content first.
Yes. If you can post it, that way I know where to find it. But otherwise, if you can message me the link, Anthony, that'd be great.
Why can't you do...
I don't know what it's called, so I don't know how to search it.
I think they said
just said
Vader.
Vader 1.
Vader 1.
Vader 1? That's what it's called?
No, I don't think that's what it's called.
Oh.
I don't know. Is that what it's called?
What he said.
I think that's what Dan called it.
I don't know what it's called. It's Vader something.
Vader Episode 1.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Can you remember that?
I can remember that.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, we don't want to get banned or anything.
It's okay as long as she doesn't go over 20 seconds.
That's why we got banned.
You can't even hum the music for longer than 20 seconds?
No, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
That's the only part I know.
He wasn't here, I guess, when we were talking about that.
No.
Or he wasn't paying attention. All right, thank you for your email there, Dan, the mailman. Yeah, I'll probably be in the parks this weekend. We were talking about that, so hopefully see you then. Also, thank you, Wreck-It Rachel, for your email, and Tim thanks you for your cookies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's it with emails. So if you guys have any comments, questions, and if you guys want to send us some cookies of your own, we won't really mind that. We would love to have some cookies. And Anthony and I wouldn't mind having our own request of what we would like. All you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the MousePIRE podcast. Hey, just to let you guys know that Disneyland and the parks might be really busy this weekend because it is NAMM weekend. NAMM will be at the
National Music Makers. Basically, anybody that makes musical instruments. Her look was like, "What's that?"
Oh, okay.
Anybody that makes musical instruments or is a musician wants to go to the NAMM show usually.
And it starts on Thursday, goes through Sunday. It's going to probably be busy.
And doesn't go very late. It ends at like 6 p.m. So
yes.
they will probably flood the parks. After.
Yes. And, guess who's going to NAMM?
You.
I will be going to NAMM again. I'm happy. I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go last year because of my issues over here with the gallbladder.
Did you get media?
No. I'm just going as a guest. So, yeah, I'll be going to NAMM this weekend. I'm excited about that and get to see one of my friends.
I've only been once. I was a guest of the Boss Loop Station booth. It was pretty cool. I'm not a musician, but it was cool to see stuff on that scale.
Yeah, it's really cool because, you have all the musicians there. You have all the famous people there, too. And you're walking, checking things out, and you see, oh, my God, look, it's Herbie Hancock and stuff like that.
Oh, my God, there's Dave Grohl.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So, and then last time I went...
You saw Herbie Hancock there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I saw, I forgot her last name, Jennifer. She was the guitar player for Michael Jackson, like in the Bad tour. I think it was Bad or something like that.
She's pretty famous.
Yeah, she was just awesome. Got to see her perform and stuff. So, yeah, I'll be there. NAMM show is pretty cool. If you guys are going to be there, email me.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that Herbie Hancock track is like basically renowned for being the first electronic music song ever.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. But Okay. Hey, copyright.
Can't hum anything.
All right, so don't forget, you got Mickey's Mix Magic going on. You can check that out. And Lunar New Year starts on Friday. Check out all the festivities going on there. Also returning on Friday is Soundsational with Mickey's new float. So you can check. Exactly. Check out that on Friday. Maybe, possibly a soft opening on Thursday. I'm not sure. But you'll never know unless you go. Hey, I want to put that hashtag. And don't forget, with all the Get Your Ears On stuff, you have new merchandise and, of course, all the foods and Churro-geddon 3.0, was it?
17.0.
Whatever it is, you have more churros to get. And I highly recommend the maple bacon churro over there.
Is it bacony?
Yes. Yeah. I can tell you this because, they usually only put it like 3/4 of the way, right? So we asked them, can we get it all covered? And they said yes. So, on the wrapper, you have the bacon and the syrup stuff all over the. Yeah, exactly. That's where I was getting. Yeah. As soon as it was over, as soon as I was done with it, I was already licking the paper and licking the bacon. So yeah, go get that. It's really good. And try the other churros, and you guys can email us and let us know how the other ones are. And go get your Mickey sipper and whatever else you might want. Purple ears.
Yeah.
Wonder Bread shirt. Donut ears. Ooh, donuts. Oh, yeah. No, don't forget those donuts at Smoothies. You can get those, too.
Schmoozies.
Lots going on over there at Disneyland Resort. Don't forget, you must have your ears because you have to get your ears on.
One to wear and one to share.
Ooh. There you go.
All right, of course, with social medias, blah, 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 then all those, and MousePIRE, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, not Tumblr, Snapchat, MousePIRE, at MousePIRE.
And if you want to twat at somebody, Anthony has one of those.
Yes, I do.
He'll Dubek you and his twats for life.
Yes.
Twats for life.
Twats for life.
Tiggs and I are going to take more pictures when we go to Disneyland. So be looking out for those, people.
Yeah.
And Giselle needs a date, 2019.
But a nice one.
Yeah.
Not
You
like
gotta
ones.
submit to us.
Don't apply if you suck.
Don't message her directly either. I mean, you got to message,
Yeah.
I think, Elizabeth.
Don't
and
even
then
talk
Elizabeth
to me.
Elizabeth and
Have my
I
people,
will.
call your people, call my people.
All right, so Giselle has no socials.
She wants a date, but she won't give out her socials.
Exactly. You have message Elizabeth.
Why would you want to give your social security number?
Yeah. You on the social media there, Elizabeth?
Instagram, DisneyGirls25.
And I'm Tim Fresh1 on Facebook, hyphen between the fresh and the one. The only one with that name. Pretty easy to find me. What about you, dude?
Well, I am Diggs, and you can find me on Instagram at Blue1313. Also, follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. There you'll see your button order going out. Don't forget to head over to dgpclothing.com. Get your MousePIRE gear. Get your custom T-shirts or custom pillows. Yeah, I got some Baby Stats pillows that are really, really cool. You can try or you can get that. Don't forget, head over to patreon.com/MousePIRE. Help support the podcast. All the little bumps and little buzzes you hear going on. Well, if you help us, you probably won't hear that on the podcast.
Help us.
Exactly. And don't forget, if you want to, message Giselle, the gazelle over here, all you have to do is email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
And we will forward that to her.
Yes.
Maker, matchmaker, make me a match.
So that's buttons, not pins.
Right.
And until next time, remember, the amount of churros that Disney creates is proportionally related to how big the celebration is. Or something. So for Morgan Shepherd, Carol Channing, and Jasper the Cat, I'm Anthony.
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Tim.
I'm Diggs, and
I'm Giselle.
there you go.
Bye.
Blip, bloppity, bloop. I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
That's what she said.
Nipples are nothing 2019.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
I only drink coconut milk. No soy here. No soy boys here.
All right,
Ready?
Never fails, too.
First time, your dime. Also, what I'm going to say, if you want to take me out for a Bengal barbecue, mousepire@gmail.com.
Come here. I want to lick your teeth.
Beep, 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 beep. I hope my mom doesn't listen to this.